think it's gonna be good. Boop. Let's begin. What we're playing? We're playing Mercenary with the actual Witch Hunter this time. Damien, good to see you there. Are you playing D4 later? D4 is tomorrow, Chippy. And no, I have to say, due to them actually mucking up the times like crazy, I have lost any interest in this season of D4, sadly. Additional modifier? Sure, let's go. I can't change my grenades anymore. It's gonna mess with my brain, and I'm gonna press the wrong buttons, right? Oh, nice. We're a bit like over level for this. It's a 38 region, right? But we decided to do this at the end of Act 3 this time instead of the middle of Act 3, because usually I like to do the Temple of Chaos before I end the act. But you know what? I noticed that that often leads to me getting the annoying end boss and then slowing myself artificially down. So I'd rather do it the other way around and just blast without compromise. Right? Okay, now that the stream has started and we're online for a few seconds, we already have a super weirdo in the chat, so good night, sir. When a first timer behaves like you, it's time to go to the nether realm. Oh, that was a good start into the day. 40% less defenses. I mean, my defenses are pretty much non-existent, and it's probably better than taking any of the machinizations or the hearts, right? I hate that. However, I'm probably going to take rather these, because we might get the annoying boss. Baja, you can see there. Do you have any mods for Path of Exile? I mean, I do have a loot filter. It's probably the only mod that we would consider used there. I don't even know if there are any other mods to use, right? For the game. Ooh, a yellow belt. That's good. I don't have good yellow belt. I take that very gladly. Ah, you mean moderators on Twitch, Chippy. Dude, we do have moderators. We rarely need them. Because mostly we have very behavey, nice people. That's one of the advantages of having shrunken viewership-wise, right? That you very rarely get extreme weirdos. Same goes actually for YouTube. I'm really surprised at how less trolls YouTube per se has, right? It does happen, but on average, right, way less compared to Twitch. Chippy, gladly. So let's get the Trials of Chaos done, and then see if we can bring our Act 4 rotation a bit closer to you. Is D4 update today and POE tomorrow? No, D4 update is on the 12th and POE is on the 12th as well. Thank you, China, for delaying the Diablo 4 update, and it might even be delayed further depending on if they're going to get it out in the right time in China or not. Yeah. I mean, I'm skipping D4 wholesale. Tomorrow is Where Winds Meet first, and then Sleep, then Path of Exile. Because obviously I want to be up awake all night. Okay, I think we can take the Grasping Vines on him. Because we got only the next level left with low enemy density. Right? If you get the statue, it's generally low enemy density. If you get the one where you have to collect the blood thingies and bring them back in the middle, also low enemy density. So the Grasping Vines are really a non-mattering thing. And obviously for the boss, it like doesn't really matter if a boss has Grasping Vines. Is that lightning from the stupid Val machine almost taking me out? In Australia, the times are a bit different, absolutely. I mean, for me in the EU, it is it's 8 a.m. my evening time and 5 a.m. my morning time. So pretty much very far apart. But I gotta be honest, I'm more interested in the Where Winds Meet new region than the Diablo update right now. So we're gonna look into that rather. Ooh, prismatic ring. I like that. Check out D4 after months of POE 2. Exactly. There's so much to do, so much to learn, so much to figure out. I mean, I hope that the new mechanic, the new league mechanic, and we have seen some of that on ZiggyD's content for the Druid yesterday, in case you missed the video, we uploaded it. The league mechanic is really something that will go with you during your playthrough. So it really helps to know how to traverse a region efficiently, that you're not wasting time on that. Because on top of going through the campaign normally, you will also have to do the actual league mechanic as you're going through the campaign, because it's just so opportune for like bonus loot and everything. So that's going to be pretty damn good, I think. More maximum life, more resistances. I'm going to take that. I personally can't wait. Oh, that's also our next level up, and we were going for the 40% projectile damage and stun, so that's huge. Plus we get the Gargantuan life flask that we can also turn into magic. How would you scale damage on Shaman Bear combat? I mean, you're gonna take everything that boosts the attack of the bear, right? I mean, the bear things have like attack, slam, AoE, melee attacks, so it should be rather easy to scale that. The question is not how do you scale the Shaman Bear, okay? The question will be how do you use weapon swap points efficiently to go into the melee damage, but into the spell damage at the same time. I do believe with the Shaman, it's mandatory to really mess around with weapon swap early. Okay, let's see. Runes will appear for the lightning, and let's hope that that doesn't kill me. Chrono of Ice, Rage to spell damage. You already have that in the Shaman Ascendancy itself. So you don't actually need another unique item. At least not on the Shaman, right? Because the Shaman get that built in. Big Bird Den. Never noticed that this guy doesn't actually count as like part of the encounter, right? The encounter is already won. See, this is why I like doing that later. Because you just shoot him and it's dead. I bet, what are the tricks we're talking about? Well, from crafting over how to traverse zones correctly, over looking for your XP penalty. Right now we're level 40 in a level 38 zone, so obviously we're not getting XP penalty. However, we have been getting XP penalty throughout our playthrough, but never more than 10%, because I never went for anywhere where it's more than 10%. But it's certainly something to keep in mind. Okay, what will we do with our next points? I mean, we could go for 100 weapon swap points because that would actually be super funny. Go for like the sorcery reward is sadly not worth it yet, so that's a bit of a problem. So we're just gonna go for the random culling strike. Be working out plenty fine. Looks like you're sharing your phone screen on YouTube. Well, that's because you're on the vertical stream, sir. It says vertical in the front. Hopefully in the future, YouTube will get their feature under control, because their actual like horizontal vertical feature is currently ass. Then you'll have in the short feed also the horizontal stream. Sadly, that's not a real option right now. So you have to bear with me. You get it? Because bear with me. No. Too early in the morning for that. Okay, we're level 40. I need level 41 for the next. So that we are now in this region, right? There are actually good rings usually, so definitely check for that. There's also another. I mean, I have the slots, so I might just. Actually, I lost one slot. Yeah, might have put it in. So we also got new footage of the Druid yesterday, guys, and overall the Druid has very few attacks. So I'm a bit cautious about how it's going to play. Good. We get the first island thingy, jiggy-majiggy, and I like to start on... we probably start with Kedge Bay, because it's also 46. So right now, to come back to the XP penalty, okay, Chad? We're level 40. We're level 40. The XP penalty is 3 levels different and then +1 for every 16 levels. So currently I am level 40 and the zone level is 46, which means I'm actually 6 levels away. That's 10% XP penalty for being here. It would be better, technically, to return back to Uzil, the final region of Doriani, and get another level out. However, 10% is fine. I can live with that. Just keep it in mind when you're playing. This should not be a problem with the update because we're going to spend bonus time in the temples clearing them, right? Currently, we're not spending bonus times in temples, right? We're just going through the areas. Therefore, we're like missing some XP that will come with the actual expansion. So, same like last league, because in the last league, we had the Abyss modifier on every single map, right? And with the Abyss being on every single map, you had so much more XP, it was crazy. And Vinna, good to see you there. Howdy, partner. Hope you're doing well. Is this the update? No, sir. This is not the update yet. Today and yesterday, we're pretty much going for the complete campaign again to talk about every layout of every map and how to optimally traverse things. That is important for Act 1, 2, and 3, very much. Act 4 is pretty streamlined. For the Interlude Acts, the order of the Interlude Acts matters, because you can do them actually in a certain order that will profit your character greatly. Did I just pick up a tier 4 support gem? I did, right? Had the flash grenade have 2 cooldown recovery right now, but I think there is some better shenanigans I pick out. So currently we're keeping to the right side on this map, because I know there's the dude that has the map that you're looking for, right? And usually you do very well of just zooming around on the right until you find him. Are we mostly just flash grenading killing things? Yep. Do we usually kill rares? No. Again, we talked about this. Do not kill rares unless you just blast them really quick. This is usually a time waste. But what you want to kill is magic monsters. Okay? The blue ones. Them definitely. The rares is like, unless you just take him out, right? Like you hear you drop 2 explosive grenades and then just delete the whole thing, right? Sure. But even that is just costing you timing. The contagion is very good for Act 1. Afterwards, it becomes useless. I mean, useless, quotation mark, right? So yes, grenade contagion is Act 1 really cool because you actually kill more things and it's easier to keep up with the level curve. That's a pretty good one. I think the most time you pretty much lose in Act 3 for... The most time you lose in Act 3 for searching. There's some annoying zone layouts, and if you get unlucky, the amount of time you literally spend in some of these areas is atrocious. Ahmed, leave no monster alive. Well, you could say that. However, it is not only inefficient, it's also just simply bad. Don't get me wrong. You want to kill the monsters that give the most XP, aka magic monsters, right? The white monsters just as you move through. But you don't want to stand still for killing something, because that's just like as inefficient as it gets. The most important part is, again, to just make sure that you're in the level range, right? Because if you fall out of the level range, see, this is a 47 area. This is perfect right now. So I am 40. This is 47. I would be getting 44% less XP. 44% now. You heard right. However, I'm 1% XP away from leveling up. So this is good. I'm still in the level range, right? So I like to kill the magic monsters because they just give so much experience. So now we're in 6 level range again, and boom, everything is fine. It's pretty much continuous until we're level 48, then things are a bit different. Okay, we get this, there, then die. Let's go for more projectile damage, because more projectile damage is king. I'm going for Lightning Spear Blood Mage. Lightning Spear Blood Mage is going to be so good, especially if you actually mix in the animal forms, because I think you could do that easily. Just like while leveling, just equip a talisman and just have a random like animal skill with you. Like, for example, if you use the wolf's pounds to just get bonus wolf companions, why not? Will you be posting a guide? So, gangs, what we're doing is, in case you missed this, I can show you the last stream from yesterday. The last stream from yesterday has timestamps for every single zone. And at the start of every single zone, we pretty much talk about how to traverse it. You get like this. Let me pull up the stream. It's full. It's actually crazy. Oh, God damn it, I opened up the wrong thing. Took me a while to put them all in because, Jesus, it was a lot of zones. But it really does help when you're going through the campaign to know where the points are. Here, see, this was yesterday, and I put the timestamps in. Like right there, as you can see, all here. These are the timestamps. You ever get stuck in a zone and you're asking yourself, I don't know where the actual objects are? That helps. I mean, for Act 4, it's rather simple because in Act 4, it's often just go forward, right? There's obviously a few choice things that I would not miss out. Like, for example, the Barias that you get in Act 2 Interlude. Because the Barias give you a banger ring and a banger amulet. Then you also have the Pearl here in Act 4 that you absolutely don't want to miss out on. The medicinal shark thingy does not matter at all. It's actually crazy how useless that shark is. Pretty much just kill him for experience and then don't even pick up his shark fin, I think it was. Just picking up his shark fin is also just useless. One with the full game release. I mean, the full game is at least a year out. The patch is coming on Friday. No, Season 11, Diablo. Diablo Season 11 is tomorrow morning. It's not today. Far, far away, my friend. Trust me, I wish it was tonight. I wish I could have had that. Ooh, we got a... what is it called again? An exile thingy, dude. Jiggy-majiggy. Never had a chance. Bloodstone, prismatic gold. Bloodstone amulet might grant us like a few more HP points, so we'll have to see about that. Movement speed in this game is unbearable, so slow. I mean, you can sprint. But the movement speed in this game is exactly why I enjoy Path of Exile 2. I don't need to play a game that's on Adderall. I mean, one day I'll understand the fascination of people about like just zooming everywhere as quick as possible. As if it actually makes gameplay better, right? To be fast. Oh, he actually hit me with the anchor. Oops. Good morning. Is this a live server? I mean, this is the live server in the standard league, sir. We're pretty much preparing for the 04. What's the game between 1.0 and now? Well, between 1.0 and now is that the game is going to be for free. That's definitely a big difference if you think about it. I mean, who doesn't want to have the game for free? A lot of people have simply not played because they need to pay for it. And I can understand that. Like, why pay for a game if you can actually wait and be patient? I mean, unless you really want to play this, then just take a chill pill and wait, right? Are we too lazy to teleport back and change things out? Yeah, we are. The Rampart crossbow starter with a druid. You mean the Rampart Raptor? The Rampart Raptor is still viable. However, like, you don't have the Rampart Raptor, right? Unless you're lucky or someone sells it very early on the market. That is such a weak crossbow. That is such a good crossbow damage-wise, but still less than what we have because we get a lot on our crossbow. That's armor energy shield. That is a lot of maximum life and resistances. Wow, I might actually have to take you, you little shit. But it's mostly evasion rating, and we're going for both, so I'm going to just torch you. You got maximum energy shield. Well, I don't need that at all. Then again, my other amulet is also useless, but hey, we'll take that. Okay, we got a tier 4 support. We got a quality gem that I can use early on if I feel like it. There's payload. Payload is the double explosion. Might have actually put that on early instead of short fuse, because I don't actually care if the explosive grenade takes like 10 years to explode. We get level 11. We don't need anything of this. What we forget was the oil grenade. It was actually really scammy to myself for forgetting that, because the oil grenade is such a powerful skill. It does like so much exposure, right? You get persistent ground. And you got potent exposure. Pretty much is like a staple of doing like massive damages to your enemies, right? And we just forget to put that on. True shame. The core I can put away. Journey's End? No, but yes. Isn't the weekend supposed to be a free weekend? 12th to 15th, yes. Do you think pure evasion is viable as an armor type? Absolutely. With deflection rating, it's pretty good. Pure evasion deflection rating is amazing. I'm just a fan of armor as of late, because armor is just the physical damage reduction, and it works just so good with the physical damage reduction. And then you have like armor also applies to elemental damage reduction, and suddenly you're just at a spot where it's just like super nasty. Like it's just crazy how well it actually does work together. My warrior last season was just so undying with like simple equipment already. It's actually stupid. Like that elemental applies to things was just crazy. And if you then had armor evasion rating with that and deflect and all of that, you could stack simply. You can actually very sufficiently stack defense. I mean, right now during the playthrough, I just actually never invest anything into defense. That's also why there's always a slight chance that I might or might not die. It's unlikely, but it's not like it cannot not happen, right? There's always a chance I could just keel over because I have barely any defenses. Okay, so now after clearing Kedge Bay, which is pretty much your first one to clear, which one do you go for, ladies and gentlemen? When you're gonna have her, I like to go for the Shrike Isle of Kin. Main reason for Isle of Kin is obviously it's level 47, so it's not like the high level islands, and I'm in level range of said island, right? It's 47, I'm 41, almost 42, so my XP penalty will go away, but it also gives me the bonus skill points. So first and foremost, head to the left or the right and stick to the wall to find the map piece. I'm 2 days new to Diablo 4. Sir, we get tons of videos on Diablo 4. I mean, the whole channel is full of it. So if you have specific questions, you can find the answers there very easily. We even have a beginner's guide from last year for complete new players. Let's take that. I played D4 and POE parallel. No, I'm not going to play D4 at all this season. I was thinking about doing the things parallel, but I'm going to be honest with you. I think POE just deserves my full attention at that point. And I'll be probably like when the D4 season is already over, I'll give it some of my love down the line, but not at first. For that, I'm just too much interested in what Diablo has, Path of Exile has to offer, and not enough interested in what Diablo has to offer. Hey, but there's always season 12, right? Okay, we found the beast pens, but actually it's just the roar beast pens. It's not the actual beast pens where the big dude is. They're all magic monsters, so you want to kill them. That's like the maximum XP we can get. Right? Okay, map piece is definitely on the bottom right, Chad. But we at least found the boss. And another tier 4. So oil grenade has these two We got gas grenade with corrosion elemental armament. Gas grenade could actually get Nova projectiles for the YOLOs, but it doesn't need it. Flash grenade does have cooldown recovery, elemental armament, and multi-shot. The cooldown recovery could go away and we could put the payload in, but we actually do need the cooldown recovery on it, so that's a bad one. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we need a tier 4 for anything. We're gonna torch the ground. He gets the exposure, chat. And then we're gonna send him to hell. And more ground exposure and more explosions. Keep in mind that my grenades explode extremely slow now, but they explode twice. And if they explode twice, I mean, it's like 2,500 damage times 5. Yeah? And then times 2. Good. 2 more skill points, which will give us 20% more damage. And we get some defense here. We get all the damage there. We get the damage. We could go for the AC rating, but we don't actually need it. We get some weapon swap points left, right, and center. There are grenade-related weapon swap points that I would like to take back here if I then go for the full grenade shenanigans. So I think we're going to move to that side to take the grenade points and to also take the crossbow points. I've seen 11 out. From this point on, 14, 19, and to put 20 hours. And 20 hours only if they actually release on time and there's no delay, which could easily happen due to the overlap with the Chinese servers. So, like, in case you missed it, the whole reason why things are releasing so weird is because Diablo is also coming to the Chinese realm. Okay, let's try to find the map piece. That should be on the... Yes, look at me. That was such an easy find. Because if it's not on the left, it needs to be on the right. Correct? Leave the middle part of the map completely out. Are you going for Druid or other classes with shapeshifting? Druid. I will do Druid Shaman in the beginning. And I wanted to focus on the Wyvern form. However, we watched how things work out, and it seems like you don't really go for a form, you play all of them at the same time. Okay, we are looking for Krutok, and we're going to ignore the Magma Twins. I think the Magma Twins are a fun boss to kill, but I'm not going to actively search for them. Again, you like hug one side, right, of the map until you either reach the boss or you find the Magma Twins. But if I don't reach the Magma Twins, I'm not really going to be bothered about backtracking. However, if you want to reach the Magma Twins, right? So if you go left and it's the Krutok side and it's not the Magma Twin side, what you do afterwards, you just teleport back to the starting point, right? And then go to the exact other side while hugging. Right now, I found the Magma Twins actually. See? Fantastic. Oh, wow, that was 2-3 points of damage, my friend. But he's already dead. Okay. I don't know how he died this quick. I mean, I guess we're just nasty. I guess we're just nasty. Okay, so now we're going to teleport back. Could, like, go on here, but usually I fare better if the Magma Twins are in that same road to then teleport back and head to the right. Correct? I hope you had a great start into your day. Well, everyone is healthy, no one is ill, so I guess 10 out of 10. I mean, we currently have it like 10 degrees in Germany, right? It's supposed to be winter. It's supposed to be goddamn like Christmas time, and like just 2 days ago we had it 15 degrees Celsius and I was out of my t-shirt. So that's that, right? Tyrant, thank you for your subscription and support. Tyrant, that's very kind of you. Why are you playing Where Winds Meet? Because the patch is not out, sir, and we're waiting for the Roaring Sands. What do you want me to do in Where Winds Meet if we're waiting for the new content? Please educate me. Especially since we could also do a Path of Exile playthrough and help people with their zones that are struggling, because a lot of people are struggling and I hate that. It's like the one thing that a lot of creators forget, that people are struggling out there. They're actually, they have no clue how to play this game. No offense, chat. No, it's not you, right? I'm not talking about you specifically. Just in general. Oh, wrong grenade. Almost killed me. With Germany? Yes, sir. A German from Germany. If I went all the other way from like where the twins were, I would have taken so long for this specific cave. Now I should be at crew talk soon, TM. Yeah, look at me, chat. What a read. So we knew this, and now we went around the right side. Perfect. If we went like here, you would have had like this whole portion too that you could waste your time on. However, we're now 43 and a 48. That's not even XP penalty anymore. Is the YouTube stream vertical because you're in the vertical YouTube stream, sir? Oh. I just love grenades at this stage of the game because you're pretty much just unloading and everything just dies so quick. We could technically get like the totem involved as well, but I always felt like that at this point the totem is just not worth it. You're mainly like wasting time summoning it. I thought you were from the US because of your fine English. Nah. Good old Germany. Years of training. Okay, now that we have the plus skill point island knocked out, we're going to have to check our levels. So we are currently level 43. That means the islands are... We did Kedge Bay, Whakapanu, Eye of Hinekora. Yeah, we should do Hinekora because it's 48. We're 43, so 5 level difference, which is perfect. Good morning, Jiggy. New season starts tomorrow? Correct. Put it 1. Thank you. Let's see. Terrible. The biggest problem with this act is that you're not getting... There's a lot of fire resistance on this one item. I'm going to have to take it. The biggest problem with this act is that you're not getting an explosive crossbow. It's like the biggest scam you're facing as a mercenary, right? I have this with a bonus projectile, so unless I find a crossbow that does literally twice the damage of what my current crossbow deals, it's not worth it to look at anything. Good. Now we're doing the Eye of Hinekora, and this one is like so quick if you're not wasting your time, right? Eye of Hinekora can be such a long ass winded map. And I'm still sad that we don't have the Trial of Ancestors. I need the Trial of Ancestors, Chan. I don't know how to convey that, but without the Trial of Ancestors, it just feels so lackluster. So, sir, take my soul. What's the XP penalty? The XP penalty is 10% on a 4 level difference, and on a 5 level difference, it is 44% chippy. Now, I am level 43, and the zone is 48. That's okay, because every 16 level, the penalty difference gets a +1. So before level 16, it's 3, then it's 4, then it's 5, then it's 6, right? Let's kill the magic monsters. What are the kids asking for on Xmas? My one daughter, the younger one, is getting a doll, her very own doll, with a bed and like all the accessories you would like to have for your doll, because she wants to take care of a tiny someone. And the older daughter is getting a Lego train set, because trains, right? Who doesn't like them? How about Butch? He gets another year to be alive. And that dog is getting old over time now. I think he's what was sitting at almost at 13. He's a tiny dog. He should have a few more years in him. So the higher you push the zone level, the more penalty you get. Is that how I understand it? If you are over the penalty threshold, 1 level, it's 10%. And if you're over the penalty threshold by 2 levels or below, right, then it's 44% minus. It doesn't go higher from there. So you could technically, if you are underleveled in Act 2 and then keep being underleveled for the whole Act 3, you will actually never catch up in level because you'll just keep being underleveled and keep continuously getting the 44% minus XP. Which then leads to you never actually being able to catch up. We're playing the patch with Druid. Yes, I will start with a Druid. And we will play as a Druid. So we will not play like as a Pathfinder who's a Shapeshifter. Or Titan who's... No, we'll play as a Druid. And we're going to try out the Shaman. And we're going to see if the Apocalypse is actually great. And we're obviously going to try to mess with weapon swap points as efficient as possible. Because already in Act 2... already in Act 1, we're getting 4... We're getting 4 weapon swap points, if I'm not mistaken. That would be from the bird and from the loot. Yeah. I feel like I'm missing 2 weapon swap points right now, but those are the 2 you're getting, right? Don't forget that chest. You heard right, chat. Do not forget it. Not level yet for that. Tier 11. Donna, what we're going to do is, so in case you have missed one of my recent guides, chat, there's a very cool feature on Mobalytics. And it lets me import a snapshot of my build. So what's going to happen is, as we play, you will have a build guide like this already, and we will import every step of the playthrough. So we will import level 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, and it's always going to show you the gems I've been using. It's always going to show you the passive trees we have been using. So I'm pretty much going to snapshot every part of the way, right? And that's then going to lead to, like, even while we're leveling, you pretty much get the guide already. And then obviously, as we're then leveled, we're going to do the TLDR video guide summary. But you pretty much have everything on your hands. I feel like that's one of the best ways to do it. So everyone actually gets to have all the knowledge right away. And doesn't have to, like, wait. And it also shows, like, a snapshot of the actual gear at that point, right? So you kind of like see if your gear is complete utter super trash or if it makes sense. Do the path we need on your guides. I mean, we do that in the video guide. So the video guide has the step-by-step node progression, where in the written guide, you pretty much have the 16 to 32 and 32 to and so on, right? You're 67 in the interlude and you don't know if you're over or under leveled. What is the zone level? You can check the zone level like this and you instantly know if you're over or under leveled. But with 67, you should be over leveled. I think the interlude acts are, what, 65 at the end? However, you don't really suffer big time from being over leveled. You suffer from being under leveled, so that's cool. I mean, there's no problem on spending your proper time. Technically, if you're moving efficient through zones, you're going to end up being 3 to 4 levels later under leveled off a zone most of the time. However, we're also getting a league mechanic with a lot of bonus farm, so I don't think we will actually be under leveled. Right? Because the league mechanic with a bonus farm is going to have you have more items than ever. It's going to have you more experience than ever. So, like, being underleveled would literally be a choice at that point, right? It would be like you saying, oh, yeah, you know what? I hate experience. I really do. Main important part is to really look out for killing the magic monsters, right? That was just a group of magic monsters, and I killed them because I knew that's more XP. We know the classes that are coming out after the Druid. No, everyone was so anticipating, looking forward to the Druid. However, Jonathan said they're really eager to release the swords because everyone has been asking for swords. And I think the swords are a weapon of the duelist. Don't nail me down. Or legionnaire. Like one of the classes that is sword related. So if we get a new weapon type, we are obviously now weapon set 1 is going to be grenades. And weapon set 2 is going to be here, crossbow. Damn. Where was I stuck? We were at swords. Yeah. They set new weapon type. They want to bring that out. So close. Okay. Cold resistance. Don't actually forget to get the resistances, right? You give me daggers already. I'm just generally not interested in the weapons, right? It's always like, what kind of skills are we getting? How can you use these skills with which ascendancy? And what do the other ascendancies do? I mean, right now, we still don't have, like, a real blood ascendancy, a real bleed. Like, we have the blood mage, right? But the blood mage turns elemental damage into bleed damage. But we don't really have, like, an ascendancy that works actually together with a bleed build. You have the Pathfinder, and the Pathfinder works very well for a poison build, right? So that's like, if you have poison stacks, you can double up on poison stacks. Cool, makes sense. I love that, right? It's beautiful. However, where's my bleed build? Where's my bleed ascendancy? That lets me have more bleed and then even more bleed. I mean, might be something for the Marauder, might be something for the Duelist, might be something for the Shadow. Amazon for that bleed thing. Amazon has blood boiled, and that's it. Where Ritualist has blood boil. Technically, you have the open weaknesses, which you could use for bleed, because it's like open weaknesses and crit. But again, it's more like a circumvent way. It's nothing directly bleed related, right? Sure, the Amazon has crits. Sure, the Amazon has the open wounds, right, and the weaknesses. But that's not a blood build. You can do bleed. No, sir, you don't understand. Yes, you can do bleed. Yes, obviously you can do bleed right now. But there's no ascendancy that specifically makes bleed stronger. That's the whole point. There's an ascendancy that makes ignite stronger. There's an ascendancy that makes poison stronger, right? The chaos related ascendancy, but there's nothing about bleed directly. Like, this is the bleed ascension. I mean, they obviously don't want to make ascensions. They said it before, like, right? They want ascensions to be more a general tool for multiple things and not just a one thingy. That's why we don't have a shapeshifting ascension. That's why we don't have a necromancer ascension per se, right? Because they don't want this like one purpose tool. Still, though, I would like that. I mean, if I want to play a bleed build, it's more like who can kind of do it. Shadow will have an ascendancy for bleed. Well, when I thought about Shadow, it was more like I expected to have an ascendancy for poison, but not necessarily for bleed. But obviously, there could be some kind of backstabbing shenanigans happening.
One final challenge.
Okay, sir. I'm trying here. I'm really trying, but you just decided that you want to take like 2 years to come out of your monkey laughing face, right? Which was the blue one? Oops. Oh. We almost had him. We almost had him, Chan. In that one phase.
You are not worthy.
gonna take what an intro takes a year. Well, we're a bit impatient there, right? So Diablo 4, Where Winds Meet, and Path of Exile are all releasing on the same date. They are, however, Where Winds Meet at least releases in the morning, so we can knock out all the Where Winds Meet content that's new to then fully focus on POE. I'm pretty much gonna wake up, play Where Winds Meet, make a YouTube video about it, go to bed again, wake up, Path of Exile. Not gonna see my family on that day.
Step forth, Hinekora. You make light. There is no. The mother of death.
So that's going to be interesting. Okay, more grenade related stuff, because I like to mix and match grenades. So we're getting no, we want it up here. Grenades. Then we're gonna get the crossbow reload. Might as well take like this one here, but no, I don't think we do. Ashes of Creation is not relevant for you. Nah, there's not a single good MMO actually out there. Sure, you get Ashes of Creation, but you know. I'm not horny for an MMO. I used to be back in the days, but honestly, right now, I'd rather have like killer single player games. I'm a simple man. I just want my killer single player games. That's all I'm thirsting for. With like some multiplayer portion attached to it, like Where Winds Meet, for example. But I'm certainly not in the market for some for an MMO. Even Druid doesn't have an ascendancy for shapeshifting. Yeah, but that's intentional, because what would happen... Like, let me ask you a question. What would happen if Druid had a shapeshifting ascendancy? Okay, we get the Isle of Kin done, we get Kedge Bay done, we got Shrike Island, and we got Whakapanu. We don't need to do Whakapanu apart from the torn map piece. We can't actually do the Abandoned Prison because we're in level range. We're going to do Shrike Island first because we got to do it for the story anyways. Do you know what Hidden Path adds from the Oracle? Mana, 5%. Endless. It's in the region before you go to the monkey. And like you get 5% more mana, but honestly, I mostly just run past it. You think that Path of Exile will be a cute disconnect simulator? Honestly, I don't. I don't know if you have played last free weekend. It was perfectly working. I mean, sure, we had the queue in the beginning to actually get in the game, but once that settled it, I was fine. And we could play. Have a good time. Shrike Island is mostly walk around outside to then find the map, right? What do you play today? I play today to go through the whole campaign as a refresher for myself and people who haven't done it in a while, sir. I know there are these Path of Exile Giga Chat gamers like me who have played this game way too many times. And then there are the people who haven't actually played since release. So giving them a quick and nifty refresher is definitely something you should do. I mean, how many people have actually not played Act 4? Tons. How many people are going to come back for the Druid? Because last season, people were hoping for a new class. No new class came. There's tons of people who literally did not play last season. Because they bought the game on release. They were waiting for Druid. Druid took until now. And now they're ready to play again. What time is it for you? For me, it is 10 a.m., 10:30. That gives me quite a good time to finish up the campaign today. And then make another video, maybe on damage scaling. I wanted to do something for damage scaling. And probably weapon swap points as well, because people are still struggling with weapon swap points, but we all know that Druid will require you using weapon swap points. So we're gonna probably go with the example of the Druid there. Seen the trailers for the Godslayer game? No? Can't say I have. Oh wow, that meteor hit me and just killed me straight away. I mean, this happens when we don't have any single point of defense, I guess, and too few HP. I think Warrior Titan is a good choice in 04 if never played it. I mean, like Warrior Titan is always good. Like there's literally no scenario where you're gonna be like, oh, Warrior Titan is bad. Like you can play everything with Warrior Titan. Like it's good for a bleed build, it's good for a poison build, it's good for like even a magic build can be played with it, right? Like Warrior Titan is a one trick or a many trick pony that can do it all. Okay, I want another crossbow node, preferable, probably attack speed related. So we might really take this one, the reload. However, if you're looking more for a totem-esque play style, right? If you're looking forward to slamming things, Fissure Warrior style, then obviously the Warbringer is better. Do not forget that you can actually swap ascendancies, because that's again something that a lot of people seem to be forgetting. If you choose Warrior, you pretty much have access to Smith of Kitava, to the Titan, and to the Warbringer. If you then figure out that something is not working the way you were expecting it to work, you can at any given point still swap the ascendancy and then like try out something different. Right? Okay, now that we circled the island, we need to find the map piece. You can usually not miss. Because it's like in a side room on the main road. I feel like I'm going to be at the boss in a second. Oh, that's the side room we're talking about. Corpse nest, map piece. For little dude. Yeah, that's why we'll start Warbringer to Smith into maybe Titan. Warbringer is probably the best to start with, because if you do totems with fissures, for example, for leveling, which is extremely efficient, by the way, from level 22 on, you get your ancestral spirits. Warbringer, for example, for me, with totems and fissures, had one of the easiest campaign playthroughs ever. You were destroying everything left, right, and center. You were blasting through zones. It was stupid. Even Jamanra just fell over. And now with the actual... Now with the actual fix to the spirits, that they finally are there from level 1 on, like from the, when you actually ascend, that's great. Last season I was really sad. Like we ascended and then it's like, oh yeah, so like they're broken. And then like I was level 80 when they started working. Level 80. That's bullshit. That piece. We got ... Now we're sitting... Honestly, like, we can just go to the island. We can pick up the map piece. And then you could straight up jump to the Scion and forget the shark. Why did D4 decide to launch on the same week? That's not smart. Diablo, like, the question is not why did Diablo what Diablo did. Because the Diablo date was actually known since the start of the season. Right? We never knew when Path of Exile is releasing. So as much as I want to say, Diablo, you made a mistake here. The one that went for the Clash is POE 2. However, I think they can do it, right? Let's be fair. I think POE can pull it off. POE has their community that wants to play POE, that doesn't give a flying fuck about Path of Exile, that doesn't give a flying fuck about Diablo. So you pretty much are able to just slap your ginormous donger on the table and be like, look at it. We're here now. Right? Just be like, that's it. You know, we're on collision course. You get to deal with it.
Farewell.
Okay, we were at Whakapanu Island. I dislike this island greatly because finding the map piece can be annoying. For my least favorite island. Let's also be real for a second about ARPGs clashing. It doesn't matter for the player. Okay, let's look at the casual player here that plays both games. Okay, we're talking about the absolute casual player, mom, dad, Dave, whatsoever, right? You can finish Diablo even as a casual player in like 2-3 weeks maximum, and then you still have 3 months to enjoy Diablo. Right, obviously you might want to watch your favorite creator do things, right? But like if you're just interested in gaming, you simply just play the one and afterwards you play the other. I am surprised we found the math piece this easy. Oh, we did. Now we're gonna head to the left and never stop heading to the left. I'm a casual player, only get about 3 hours a day max. I don't think that 3 hours a day is casual, sir. That's quite some significant gaming time already. Oh, this is quite wow. We're really lucky with our rotation here right now because we actually get all the dudes early on. Damn, look at me, Chan. Making moves. I'll start with D4. I mean, the thing about D4 is that you can finish it in a week. Like for me, for example, as the creator, like I could technically finish the league if I'm not playing the other classes in 3 to 4 days of just pumping out like gameplay. I love the Witch Hunter Ascendancy. Honestly, I have a new appreciation for the Witch Hunter Ascendancy. Like it might not be in my eyes the best one for the end game. Personally, I prefer the Tactician there. However, for the leveling portion, it is so good and it works so well. Simply due to that bonus explosion on top of the explosions, like it just does wonders. But not only that, not only the explosions on top of the bonus explosions, right? Like the sorcery ward will be the single best way to defend yourself, because right now the sorcery ward only gives you elemental damage protection. However, the sorcery ward in the future will give also physical and chaos damage protection. So right now, with only 4 points in, I could have an absolute massive defense stack build up already that protects me from everything. Kind of cool. Okay, we're traversing pretty good with our go left. Trying to not necessarily find the shark, right? I'm just trying to find the science cavern. Hashtag ignore the shark. I mean, will I kill the shark if I stumble up in it? Yeah, sure. Am I trying to necessarily find it? Nah. Oh, gotta kill the essences, right? Essence is insane for crafting, especially for weapons. Like, you find a blue weapon that has a lot of damage, like physical, and you take something like, I think electricity was defense. No, like, see, this is an essence of electricity. This would add 88 lightning damage, potentially, to a weapon. That's not just a little bit. That's huge, right? Do you see the patch notes change to summoning totems and mortar cannons? Yes, and it's actually sad for mortar cannons. What happened, chat? They made mortar cannons shoot slower. So when you summon the mortar cannons, they're not instantly going to go like pop, 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 pop. It's more like poo poo, poo poo. I mean, they're still going to be good. Like saying anything apart from that is just weird, right? Okay, so in this one, you want to find the pearl. There are 2 locations here, right? So there's the pearl, and there is the nest of the mermaid lady thingies, whatever you are, science. But you definitely want to find the singing pearl, because the singing pearl already provides a banger amulet. It's usually better than what you have in 9 out of 10 cases. I'd like to actually find that. If I don't, that's also fine, but it doesn't hurt. This is the nest of the mermaids, or whatever you are supposed to be. Kill the axe. I've gotten like amazing shit out of this, right? Randomly. Sometimes just superior items. Sometimes golden crossbows. Can't wait for the update. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I just can't wait to see everyone come back together and like enjoy Path of Exile together, right? It's always a good time. Like people enjoy the game. People like to talk about the game. There's gonna be a lot to learn. There's gonna be a lot to find out how to use the temple optimal, because the Val temple is going to provide a massive boost to your character early, since every temple room has a specific reward. And these rewards go to like from just like turning a magic item into a rare item. You can literally in Act 1, right? You can just get like or some regal workbenches and either upgrade your weapons or your rings or whatsoever very easily, all to rare items. Then you can get like bonus quality upgrades. You can get sockets like early on. So we should be stronger during the campaign playthrough than we have ever been, pretty much, due to how the new league mechanic works. Circle outside. I haven't still found the clam. I'm so excited for Druid. I'm like sad. Like one thing that makes me sad is the amount of skills we're getting on Druid, because I feel like we should have gotten more. Seems like not many. But I'm on the other hand happy that we can play all the animal forms right away, mix and match. So it's not going to be the scenario of choose what you want to play, choose which kind of animal forms you want to take, right? I want to be a wyvern, I want to be here. More like which skills from which animal form are just working great together. See, that's the humming pearl. That's what we're hoping to get. Can I can be dragon on monk build? I mean, you can mix the animal forms into whatever you feel like. So, Mr. Rock, give me that pearl. What did my pearl get? Act rating, mana, critical damage bonus, life for the duration, mana regen. I mean, better than what I have, as I said.
Here is the gear I've got. Here's your gold. Survive. Welcome to the forge.
Okay, we need a crossbow that we can slap this bonus electricity damage onto. Preferable something that has like such an obnoxious amount of physical damage that is just crazy. Right? But none of these is exceptional.
A fine weapon.
Nope. I mean, this one's good, but the problem is even if I slap the 80 on it, right? This will turn out to go up to 200 damage roughly. But my crossbow gives me a bonus projectile, so it's not like that much more that I needed.
Go make some legends.
Still gonna put it in here. Think about like messing around with that down the line. Okay, level 12 upgrade to my explosive grenade and or my flash grenade for clearing. And we get the 12 spirit gem for overwhelming presence if I want to, or we could put wind dancer on, because wind dancer is actually kind of cute to have early. I'm just probably gonna boost my Herald of Ash for the time being. Singing Caverns back again. Mr. Nice, thank you very much for your subscription and support 10 months in a row. Still my favorite Hearthstone streamer. I'm trying, sir. Next year, we will definitely have a card game phase, Chad. Be already prepared. Because Slay the Spire will come out. And I will get addicted. I already know this. There's like no way how I'm not going to get addicted to Slay the Spire 2. Right? It's going to consume my life. I'm going to be playing more than is healthy. We'll be having to release a lot of videos on that. And finally get good at Slay the Spire. Ah, look at me. Level 51, 47, perfection, Chan. Reaper Gaming, good to see you there, brother. Okay, she's in the middle. Oh no. This one is like one of these weird level mutations where like if I go now further, I won't find her. So you gotta push into the middle. It's mostly up here to the right side next to the pearl, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna head back. It's not in the beginning. It's not top left because that's where the nest was. So we're probably gonna have to head here at one point, and then suddenly it's gonna be like bibbity wobbity whippity woo. There is she. Steven, thank you for the gifted partnership. Membership. There you go. As I said, she's gonna be in the middle. So you found her. Thank you for gifting that memory away, Steven. We're gonna try the mobile version of Where Winds Meet. Well, I was there to try. I mean, it's the same game on mobile, you know? Like, right? What? You know? What am I supposed to try? Hello, Mom.
It's the last thing you'll see.
I mean, I'm happy that mobile gamers are getting Where Winds Meet. It's like when Where Winds Meet is that one gaming phenomenon, right? It's like on console free to play, it's on PC free to play, it's on mobile free to play. I mean, you're getting goddamn Where Winds Meet on mobile. You get like a complete like single player game with online components on mobile, like a complete game. And it's not even pay to win. And it's not even a sellout. Like how? How are we getting that in 2025, chat? 2025, the year where gaming companies were actually at their lowest, not at their best. Partially. And so China decided to just slap their foot down.
Shall we see?
Oh, look, new boots. Armor applies to elemental damage. Yeah, I guess. We should take the 10% movement speed, but I'm personally not a movement speed. How do I say this now? I don't lose my virginity if I don't get max movement speed. Okay. Travel to the Singing Caverns? Why do you still want me to travel to the Singing Caverns? Did I just teleport too fast back, Chad? Should I have waited for was it like yeah, witness the hood is one. Okay. Quest complete. Yeah. Oops. I was a little bit too quick, Chad. Maybe. There's no economy to catch up on Diablo 4. That's true. But also the economy in Path of Exile only exists if you actually play the economy, right? Care for it. Okay, we're level 47. With 48, we get +1 more on map distance. We gotta do the prison now before we do Ngakanu anyway, or Arastas. A prison is 51. That's a 4-level difference, so it's fine.
Here we are.
Seems like a good place to lock someone up and throw away the key.
Well, I should try to do this earlier so you get the bonus health potion boost. Magic mobs need to die. Sorry, lads. Because this map boosts your healing potion, right? To heal you more than ever. Don't ignore that. I miss an elite in this map that will drop the key for the temple 100%. Because there's a church in this map, right? And you need a key for that church, but most of the time you'll end up running around until you hopefully finally have that key, and or not. It can be an absolute disaster trying to get that. What are we testing? Oh, we're just testing optimal zooming through zones. And I want to test a new rotation for the Interlude Acts, because usually I do the Interlude Acts, Act 1, 2, and 3. However, I do want to change that rotation and do the Interlude Acts different this time. And pretty much do 3, but only the start. Then we're potentially thinking about doing 2 for Qimah. Then 1, then 3. But I haven't 100% decided.
Can't say these guards didn't deserve it.
Damn. You got hand. So, this one should be dropping me some crossbows. And it did give me 1 single crossbow. I'm so bored during the campaign on every patch with multiple characters, but every character is different, sir. Every character has a different playthrough. Every character has different strengths and weaknesses. Unless you're always playing with the same build. I mean, let's assume that you're leveling with ED Contagion and you would like play ED Contagion on every single playthrough. Then I understand why you're bored. Right? But it also sounds like that is a self-inflicted problem, kind of. For me, every playthrough is with a different skill set, which makes it fun to solve the problems of every build. Right? Ash, welcome back, Ash. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for those 8 months, Ash. I hope you're doing very well. I feel like we missed the chapel. And with I feel like we missed the chapel, I know that we missed the chapel, right? I think the same campaign is exhausting. I know people feel like that. I personally don't, but I guess this is a point that where we will never meet in the middle, right? Either you like playing through the campaign or you don't like playing through the campaign, and that's it. I could simply, like, all year long just do campaign playthroughs with different builds and different things. That's how much I'm enjoying this. But I just really like the pacing, right? I like the power fantasy of Path of Exile. That's just me. I'm crazy. Ignore me. The chapel should not be here. However, chapel is there. It's because it had like this broad entranceway, right? Okay, now you can do increased mana recovery.
Humility. Humility is the first step toward freedom.
Stuck on Act 2 last boss, any tips? Your build might suck. You might have a terrible weapon. I'm not saying your build might suck to hurt you. I'm just saying what's happening, okay? Jamanra, the Act 2 end boss, is a stat check. The Act 2 end boss is there to fact check what you have been doing, to be like, sir, are you having something that's cohesive whole, that's making sense, right? Are you using the right skills? Is your spirit skills good? Does your build suck? Did you not look for items, right? Why is it so bad what you're doing? That's pretty much what Jamanra is there for. And it might be simply solved by finding a new weapon, right? You might simply get a new weapon and you're good to go. Congratulations. Or you might have to think about that what you're doing is actually terrible. Worst case scenario, you have to go to a vendor and weapon gamble a bit, So that's, for example, for me right now, my crossbow is my Act 3 crossbow, start of Act 3 crossbow. And I've got not a new crossbow. However, my damage is good enough to not worry about this. Again, because grenades just scale extremely nice. So I'm not too fussed about it. I would also have to get like a massive better crossbow to kind of replace this one. And we're talking about like almost 300 damage crossbow, which is rare at this point. Still though, like right, the best way to get a new crossbow right now would be playing Act 2. Also, that's the consideration for the mercenary, as I just said, because doing Act 1 first will definitely not give me a new bombardment crossbow. But doing Act 2 or Act 3 first definitely gives me a bombardment crossbow. We're going to move the Broadway down until we're at the end. This is a 52 zone. We are level 48, so that's perfect. That's a 4-level difference. But since we're 48, we can now afford a 6-level difference before XP penalty sets in. You heard right, chat? 6 levels. It can be different before XP penalty. That's crazy. I could pretty much just stop killing things at the current point and just keep zooming. Obviously, that wouldn't make much sense because, like, while you're zooming, you anyways are going to kill things, right? I'm just dropping my grenades. Just keep moving. But would I stand still to kill something now? No. I'm in level range. Everything is fine. I cannot resist killing elites, though. Elites gotta be killed. Magic mods, sorry, not elites. I feel like I'm a bit okay, but it's lightning focus and he's resistant. Yes, Jamanra is lightning resistance. However, he's also fire resistant and my build is fire based and we still destroyed him. So that's that. I mean, the best thing you can do against Jamanra is also get lightning resistant yourself, right? Because that just makes your survival easier. They would make money offering people to skip the campaign for money. Yes. They would most likely. But it wouldn't really fit the philosophy, right? Druid will suck, but you're excited? No, I don't think your Druid will suck. I think Druid is one of these builds that you can definitely do yourself because it's going to be a lot of just taking powerful skills and stacking them on top of each other. I do believe, like, from Act 2 onwards, there could be some problems down the line with your passive trees, right? So that's definitely something that could be causing some issues as people, like, if you don't know what you're doing passive tree-wise, you sometimes get to the point where you're like, man, I don't understand why I'm weak. And then you're like, yeah, well, sir, the reason you're weak is because your passive tree, like, absolute booty cheeks. You cannot die? Well, how about that? How about that, chat? Which will be the best this new patch? I think Lightning Arrow Deadeye will still be very powerful. It's hard to say how good, for example, multiple storm things are going to turn out. The biggest problem is that we didn't see new support gems. They promised us 20 plus new support gems, and support gems can vastly change the game. Support gems can vastly change how things work. So now we pretty much have these new support gems, right? That we haven't seen. That could or could not lead to, like, vastly stronger builds. Are you playing some D4 tonight? No. For me, D4 would be 5 a.m. in the morning, and at 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm going to play Where Winds Meet. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up early, play Where Winds Meet, make a Where Winds Meet video, go to bed, wake up, And like we're gonna do like a whole night of POE 2. Like there's no tomorrow. Dude, like... Okay. Also, chat, on Sunday, it seems to be shaping up. I can't tell you anything, right? I can't tell you anything. We're obviously going to stream Saturday and Sunday. And on Sunday, it's currently shaping up that we might have an absolute banger, cool event happening there. But I can't tell you more yet. But there, you know, things are moving in the back end. Things are moving. I'm very excited. So cool stuff coming, but I can't tell you anything about cool stuff coming. Why am I keeping everything in my inventory? Because I play this super soul self-found. I need to keep this all in my inventory. You're deciding between Tactician and Invoker. I wouldn't actually start as a Tactician, because the problem is that the Tactician Ascendancy, when you ascend, doesn't immediately give you power. If you already start as a Mercenary, it's definitely better to do LvLing Legionnaire and or to think about going for the Witch Hunter, and then swap to the Tactician. If you want to do it the most efficient, right? If you just want to be a Tactician, then fuck what I just said, like, right? Bend me like a pretzel. Play whatever you like. Oh, Monk B? I mean, Monk is still going to be strong.
Your timing is quite remarkable, you know.
Is any warrior build good in 04? Fissure Warrior is stronger than ever, so Fissure Warbringer is insane. The standard Bonk Warrior with Aftershocks is also going to be good. Shield Wall, like Shield Charge Warrior with the Shield Wall and then boom exploded, also insane. And obviously, Warrior as a bear is going to be insane too. Can you do a Wyvern Warrior? You could, yes. Do you have a Summoner class? I mean, the last Summoner build I did was the Bokfell Commoner Ignite Summoner. Stupid cold. I have arrived to call judgment down on you. Ain't no getaway time for your shit. Okay, wait, it's 52 area, I'm 48, 5 levels difference. I could do up to 6 level difference before XP penalty, so we're good. I need to remind myself of that, because usually I don't look for the XP penalty and then I just play with a 44% minus because I don't care. You know, you can brute force it. It's just stupid to brute force it. So I've definitely had playthroughs where I just play with a penalty and was just like, whatever. You know? But since we're trying to be smart once in a while... As well not. Werewolf pack leader. I mean, werewolf is definitely going to work very nice. You're probably gonna like pair werewolf a bit with bear because the bear slam just works so good. Bear slam is like incredibly powerful, and since you can just simply swap over to bear form, get your endurance charges, and do endurance charge super slam, it's almost like stupid to not think about that on top, right? And a regular player still play this game. Yes, I mean the game is super simple. End of the day. You get skills, your skills have tags, and your tags you can find here in your passive tree, and then you just empower your skills with supports that work together with the tags that your skill has, and then you make the most out of it. Now, obviously, there are certain tricks, and then certain things, and then there's more, and there's increase, so multiplicative and additive, and all that kind of stuff. But in its base, everyone can play and enjoy the game. Time consuming. I mean, every game will consume your time. But let's say you're new and you're going for a campaign playthrough, plus you're playing some of the endgame, you're trying to ascend a 4th time. You're probably going to spend anything as the casual player from 30 to 40 hours with that. And that's actually a low estimate. So you could spend everything up to 50 hours in a season to actually get a character to that upgraded part. But isn't that great? It sounds like good fun. Now for me, like at the, like after I leveled up my first character, it usually takes me around 12, 10, like let's say 10 to maximum 16 hours usually to the 4th ascension, and then to a character to be in the endgame maps, pinnacle bosses, and so on. But it gets like faster and faster with every playthrough, right? Last week I started playing Tactician. Tactician had a super smooth playthrough. I mean, grenades is generally very easy to play because grenades are fueled by crossbows. I mean, look at me, like we're here at this boss fight right now, and this is supposed to be like a very hard boss, right? We're just slamming down our grenades, and then that's it. I could even get more damage if I wanted to by adding the mortar totem to the fray, but I decided to not play around with the mortar totem this time around. Poor guy. He's like not standing inside my explosive grenades. What a meanie beanie. Okay, our gas grenades are only level 12. Our explosive shot is also only level 12, and our explosive grenades are only level 12. So behind. Powerful and rule the world. Hey, there are a couple of builds that will get powerful without you even trying, right? Move with mouse and not with WASD. Yes, sir. Like an absolute giga Chad. I mean, imagine moving with WASD like you're some kind of controller player. Yeah, imagine. You already make an item filter for the LvLing. No, you're going to pretty much wait for Neversing to have his update done, and then you can go on Filter Blade XYZ and get yourself a filter that's perfectly suited for what you're playing. You think Warrior will be popular in 04? Warrior is always popular, especially Titan, due to the Smith of Kitava changes that could work with Spell on Hit quite well, and some other shenanigans. I do believe, yes, Warrior will be very powerful and popular. I mean, you have the all-time staple, the standard Bonk Warrior, you have the Shield Charge Warrior, that you have the Fisher Warrior, right? You have the Bear Warrior now, so the Bear Titan or the Bear Warbringer or whatever you're looking for, right? There are tons of things that you can do. So I am wholesale expecting Warrior to be one of the more popular choices for certain. Twitch also? Yes, sir. We're also on Twitch. Okay, let's go for the increased cooldown recovery and area of effects because I like that one. Maybe it's about time that we just take like some defense. Who am I kidding, chat? 30% armor and like 7% evasion rating. What was this defense you're talking about, right? Right, chat? You know, the defense is just more damage, and that's it. Captain Craval, thank you for your subscription and support. That's very kind of you. And 1% of players warriors. I mean, KR, you always have the mass of players who will play like absolute lemmings. The strongest ascendancy, right? That Lightning Arrow Deadeye last season was so popular. There's always the ones. that will just want to play whatever is the absolute strongest. However, there's so much fun to be had, right?
As you wish. Utopia, not be stopped.
And you're dead. That was a very quick fight, Chan.
Divinity disgraces the world. No one is
Poor Benedictus.
way of hope.
You get absolutely slammed here. You're really trying. Yeah, people think they take the strongest class and then they're automatically strong, but they don't know how to play exactly. Also, a lot of these classes only become like super ultra strong later on, and only because they're strong doesn't necessarily make them fun to play. Like, I personally find Lightning Arrow Deadeye Raid one of the most boring ways to play. Like, I just rather watch some paint dry, right? Watching paint dry is actually a good activity.
These murals, they appear to depict the weapon and the beast. Who made these?
The ones that came before.
And now we're almost done, and then we can do the Interlude Act. That was actually a really quick playthrough of the whole Act 4.
All roads lead here.
Witness the Hooded One. Moldylocks, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Moldylocks, dankeschön. Does Druid have a summoner build? Yes, you can do the wolves. There's also a wolf army spirit skill. The wolves are, however, temporary summons, right? Still, though, you can summon wolves like crazy, and they seem to be powerful.
Behold! The might of the Karui!
No! What are you doing?
Taking what is rightfully ours! The Karui will now be stronger than ever before!
You fool! They need the weapon! The world is at stake!
Enough!
Enough! And then my daughter! Oh no! What did I do?
I will fix this. The Karui way!
You think the Druid will be able to do a full caster build? So in the presentation from Ziggy D, the caster looked the weakest. However, this is very important to say. The Act 1 presentation that we made a video about yesterday as well. Come on, brain, say it the right way. That was recorded a week before the reveal. So all these testers that get to test the Druid a week before the reveal, a lot of things get changed. That was too weak. A lot of things that might have gotten changed already, that was too strong. So what we saw there is definitely not what we will get, right? We will get an approximate of what we've seen there, something in the direction of what we have seen there, but we will definitely not get the full thing. Oh, that is 14 to 33 physical, Chad. Damn. I mean, I could do the electricity on top, right? And then we could exalt this and hope that we get the physical multiplier. Right? No, we got it. We got it, Chad. However, is this going to be more damage? Because my old one is 107 to 86, right? If I now quality my new one up, it will have more physical damage. Still, though, the Bombard crossbow gives me one more grenade. I just want a new crossbow, Ryan. The moment where you don't actually care if it's that better and you just want to have a new crossbow. I'm a simple man, Chan. I just want a new crossbow. Beautiful. 4,000 per grenade. That's nasty. Beautiful. I love to see it. Are you doing the streamer thingy part-time? No, I'm a full-time streamer. Full-time content creator. Have been for 11 years now. Actually, we're in year 12. And guess what? I'm still happy. I'm still enjoying it. I mean, this has been one of my best years so far. Not necessarily on Twitch, because obviously Twitch is always this up and down, left and right and whatsoever, right? But definitely from a YouTube standpoint, I mean, it has my most successful year on YouTube ever. So I seem to be doing something correct. You never see you at evenings, that's why. Well, because in the evenings I spend time with my family. Right? I'm a morning streamer. I wake up in the morning, I make my YouTube video, then I stream, and then when my children come from kindergarten and school, I'm with the family.
This ain't good.
Old you are, I'm 36, so we've been doing this now since we're 24. Ow, that one can do so much damage. I'm pretty much all the way through. Yeah, I don't really like streaming in the evening because what would I do with the rest of my day? Like, I genuinely don't understand how evening streamers do this, because either you're gonna have to wake up like at 12 or 2 p.m. every day to then kind of like be able to stream all night long, right? But how do you do that if you have a family, right? I mean, this works if you're single, right, and you have no one that loves you. Then you can probably do it, right? Because you're just hustling, pretty much.
Havoc tore through the damn thing like paper.
But as soon as you have like a partner and or children, I mean, like, I don't know. Imagine that to be vastly more complicated. Most don't have. I mean, most streamers that are like putting in obviously the crazy times and the evening times and so on are indeed actually like, yes, single, and or with other streaming partners who also have weird streaming times. The ones that have children have more reasonable times usually. I mean, then we also have my old guild leader from back in the World of Warcraft times who did not seem to care about his family, right, at all. Because he was there every evening for I don't know, way more than me, and I had school. But hey, no, it is what it is. Is this game available on mobile? No, sadly not. Wouldn't that be great if Path of Exile was available on mobile as well? Would probably be too complicated for mobile. I mean, you gotta give that to Diablo Immortal. Diablo Immortal is actually a fun version of Diablo for mobile, right? I really like that. What's your age demographic of your stream? Old. My age demographic for the stream is old. You're old, chat. You are old. Listen. And you don't even have a clue how old you are, because you are old, okay? So this is our demographics for the stream. We have 13 to 17-year-olds, 0.4%. We have more 65 plus in here than we have young people. I call that a fat W, okay? This is my community, and this is this, you know, my community is a bunch of old farts. You, sir, and ma'am. I mean, imagine seeing Dr. Disrespect's demographic, you know, a bunch of 14-year-olds in comparison, instead of a bunch of 65-year-olds. Guess what? I guess I'd rather appear to my 65-year-old community than to the 14-year-olds. But that's just me. You know, everyone is different. Yeah, let's find the leader of the tribes. This is level 53. I'm level 49. I've actually kept very nicely up. in my level department. Now we're going to clear out this house, because I think clearing this house is important. Because there are so many chests in here, right? I feel like if you miss out on this, it's a mistake. Because you like, there's potentially like killer upgrades waiting for you, right? You get the golden chests, and you get the blue chests on top. Poor guy, got eaten. I'm almost 16. Enjoy your content very much. Thank you, sir. Dad, sorry. Appreciate it. Yeah, we have an aged community. I'm sorry, Chan. I'll never stop doing that because it's always funny. So we have an aged community of seniors, and that's okay. That's how I want it to be. I mean, it shows that a creator can grow with their community old, right? Because often people are, isn't there a point where you're too old to create content? Nah, I mean, there are gamers of every age. And if your content is good and you don't sound like a bumbling, blubbering fool, then age doesn't really make a difference. When I've seen 18-year-old creators that you know have like no brain, and I've seen like 30-year-old creators that have no brain. Like they have like so much charisma in a YouTube video. Like, it doesn't matter how old you are. You're just gonna make quality content no matter what, right? I mean, obviously, having then a 70-year-old trying to tell you what the best gun is in Call of Duty could at some point become weird. So maybe you get to choose different games at some point. Then again, a 70-year-old playing Call of Duty is quite respectable, because I'm like, God damn it, Mr. 70-year-old, I'm impressed that you can keep up. It's probably aim assist. Oh, the unique dropped. I don't know that unique. I genuinely don't know that. I've never seen that. 73 here, you youngster. Steven. And I hope I'll become an older gentleman that still enjoys his single-player games, right? It doesn't try to compete in multiplayer games against younger people with vastly improved reflexes and needs aim assist to keep up. Then we're happy. So, like, now that we have arrived here at this point, it's time to get some defense into the build, right? Finally in Act 4. We might think at least about a little bit defense. But very slowly. Love ARPGs. I actually don't even like ARPGs, right? I just enjoy Path of Exile. I just like Diablo 4 2, for example. But I don't like, if you release an ARPG, I'm not automatically like, I need to play this, right? Unless it's actually a good game. It's different to Souls-like games, though. If a Souls-like game releases, I need to play it. No matter what it is, right? I don't care. And if it's a Souls-like game with Hello Kitty in it, I'm like, bring it on. I need to see those bosses in there. It's an ARPG about Hello Kitty. It's like, well, whatever, right? You mainly play D4 and POE 2? Yes, because I like these two games, right? Nagu? It's not because they are ARPGs, it's because I think they're good games. Right? I don't play a game because it has a tag on it. Specific. I play them because they're good. That's a lot of armor for an armor. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay, we can finally put on the bonus potion. That's good. We can finally put on the bonus potion. We don't have a tier 5 gem, which is sad. Tony is sad about no tier 5s. We could go for some armor breaking into scavenge plating, probably. Some Last Epoch. I never get like really warm with Last Epoch. I mean, I like making builds in it, but I don't like playing it. You know? So if you would give me like a Last Epoch trainer where I could just make unlimited builds, right? With max level characters, I would do that.
Where's Makora?
As we speak, the ancestors
What do you feel about tomorrow's update coming to D4? I'm going to play PoE 2, sir.
talk is over.
I think the D4 update, though, is plenty good. So they actually did a good job redeeming themselves on what it brings. But obviously, it doesn't bring a new class, right? It doesn't bring massive changes to the skill tree or something. And PoE is giving me a new class, so that's a win-win in my eyes. PoE, Last Epoch is good, but they are in a dark path. Honestly, I feel like if PoE, if Last Epoch would scratch the whole game and make Last Epoch 2 in a new engine, it could work. But I simply don't know if the studio has the funding for it, right? Because for me, like, it's just graphically and engine-wise too old. When is Breakthrough 7 today? It's Breakthrough 8, not 7. Right? And it is today at 9 p.m., at 10 p.m. At least German time, so in 8 hours from now. Sadly, I can't play that late at night because I'm going to be ruined for Path of Exile. I mean, I literally would love to play that late, but I need to stay awake. Or, like, I need to go to bed, so I'm very rested for tomorrow. Game Awards, when do the Game Awards actually start? Because I didn't pay any attention to the Game Awards.
They don't understand. You don't belong.
Do you think they'll shadow drop Crusader Paladin? No.
Enough babble.
No, they won't.
As we speak, the ancestors heal.
I don't know how those rumors even exist. Diablo is not known for shadow dropping things, right? Diablo is known for being a billion-dollar company that does their marketing.
Your head is mine.
And having you pay for everything as well. You know? Why would they give you something for free when you'll pay for it?
I must be stronger.
We're gonna have to pay for a new class, sir.
If this is redemption, I'll stick to damnation.
Let them know the might of the Karui.
8 p.m. EST Game Awards? Oh, damn, I'm gonna sleep. I'm definitely not going to watch anything Game Awards. Well, that's not true. I'm gonna leave my PC online, and I'm gonna somehow have to get a gifted sub for the Game Awards because I want that skin. Right? There's a bear skin coming, Chan. Tokohama, give me strangs. Is PU free yet? Nope.
All I have done
But free weekend.
stolen your honor. So be it. I will save my people myself.
Elias, thank you for your membership over in the YouTube. Appreciate it. If Once Human releases new content, Flixperks, if Once Human would release an amazing new map that we could play, and it feels like the whole, like, Gold Rush starting times again, I would absolutely play. Did you just see that damage, Chan? Poor guy. Just got one grenade salvoed. Oh, man, I'm a demon.
What have I done? It is
Poor Tavakai.
please. Can you heal her?
I believe so, but we have to move quickly. You must relinquish the weapon.
Do what you must.
This is one of my favorite scenes. He shrinks him down. What happened there? We threw grenades at him, and the explosive grenades, they explode twice. So we get the gem that makes grenades explode twice, and then we have another chance for grenades to explode twice. So we pretty much have that explode, and then 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 explode, 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 explode. Right? But now we get the Interlude Acts, and we need to talk about how to do said Interlude Acts, Chad. Right? Because usually we would always start with Ogham, but this time we're going to start with Mount Crier. For one simple reason. Mount Crier, first and foremost, has this vendor here who does actually have bombardment crossbows every now and then. Right? I mean, they're 54. We can't use them yet. We are level 50 ourselves. But in Mount Crier, you would get your next bonus spirit. It's Mercenary or Ranger. This is Mercenary right now with the... What's it called again? Witch Hunter is an insane. By Witch Hunter, because Witch Hunter, very good for bonus. Boom, boom. As you can see, I have like AoE, and then I have AoE again, and then I have AoE again. I actually have like a triple set of explosions. So the explosion itself, then after the explosion explodes, there is the Herald of Ash that spreads like overkill damage, and then every enemy that gets killed has a chance to also spread another explosion. Right? Okay, now we're hoping to get ourselves a nifty bombardment crossbow. But again, we're not going to finish the act, okay, chat? We're just starting the act. For the sake of getting ourselves the bonus spirit. And then we're actually going to jump out of Act 3. Oh, hello there. Give it to me. Has crafting changed in POE2 in the last 6 months? Did you play the Abyss crafting? Because the Abyss crafting is insane. I mean, currently with the essences and the Abyss crafting, you can make a very good deterministic weapon easily. I mean, all my characters have like high-end crafted weapons with like thousands of DPS. It's so simple. And you just need to have a good blue base and then get an essence of abrasion and then essence of abrasion together with the essence of battle. And suddenly you have a +6 to all skills with like 800 damage, like crossbow or something like that. It is truly atrocious what you can actually put together. You get an essence of battle. Well, with the right atlas tree, it's not really hard to get these essences of battle or anything. Right? I see here another essence of electricity. So if I now get a bow, I could add, again, 80 damage to it. That's also why you always take every essence. Essences are just literally broken. Right? Oh god, I'm gonna die. Thank you. Essence of electricity were appreciated. How many more levels do I need for the upgrade? Oh, 52. Oh, almost get that. I will play Poison Burst Pathfinder for League Start. Poison Burst Pathfinder is super good. Definitely. I mean, I will simply go for Druid. So for the people that haven't been there yet, I will be a Druid. I will be doing shapeshifting. I'm not necessarily intrigued in finding the best build on my first playthrough, right? That's for playthrough number 2. I mean, there's no race that we need to win, so we might as well enjoy the new class. It doesn't change the fact that we're going to be moving swift and smart through the campaign, but we also want to use the whole league mechanic while we're leveling, right? That's very important to me. Like, if there's a league mechanic that you can use while leveling to make leveling simpler, then you should use it while leveling. And you shouldn't wait until the end game. Right? That kind of doesn't make any sense. Sure, it will be so weak, I'll pass. I mean, people were saying Amazon was so weak on release, yet you could make an amazing spear field build. You could make an amazing lightning spear build. Amazon was anything but undertuned. You could make an amazing whirlwind build. It was insane. So I'm not sure what you're on about, brother. Because Amazon was insane. Huntress was doing crazy good. I mean, the League was sad. Izmir and Wisp League. There was a bunch of sadness. Do you lose your current league character? Your league characters have become standard characters because the league doesn't exist anymore. So when a league ends, then all your characters will become standard. That's always been the case in Path of Exile.
kin died by the spirit's will. You'll die by mine.
Are all Asmerians sane, or is it just you?
You defy the
See, like we kill her, and then we get the bonus spirit.
every strike an offering.
Okay, she kills me, and we don't get the bonus spirit. What do you think about the new mortar change? Is still viable to play? Yes, definitely still viable to play. However, there is that delay now between you and putting the mortar down. I don't think it's going to impact the build too harshly because, let's be fair, you literally put the mortar down and it instantly started blasting. Like there was no wind-up time between those. So I can understand them actually introducing a wind-up time because it was kind of crazy. Like let's not kid ourselves here. The way how mortar was moving. Oh wow! I'm finally feeling that I don't have any defense. Mountain Drew, thank you for the 9 months of support in total. Mountain Drew, good to see you there, partner.
My kin died by the spirit's will. You'll die by mine.
So what we have to do is we just have to kill her before she can like land any attack that might kill us, and then we win.
Winged fury.
Oh, or actually just luck out and survive the hit, right? Oh god, cows. I've never fought her this long. That's crazy. Because I usually take this as the last one, right? And now it's intriguing for the rotation that we take her first. We're weaker than we would be, right?
My kin died by the spirit's will.
It's definitely noticeable, but I still think it's more opportune to do her first than to do her last because I want the spirit. Everyone can survive that.
You defy the very spirit itself.
Because maybe I should visit Act 2 for... Nah, if I visit Act 2 first to get myself a new... If I visit Act 2 first to get myself a new crossbow, I still need to get level 54 beforehand. And I'm not level 54, right? I'm not even close to level 54. See there, GG. Okay, well done. Do we even have like a spirit skill we want? That's the bigger question. So now we get this. Do we even have a spirit skill we want? Actually? Shira, how do you have millions of gold? Shira, I just played the game. Like literally, I just played the game. So now that we have this done, we're gonna teleport to the glade and then to the bazaar. In POE, you can WASD and aim. Yes, that is one of the staples of POE, to be honest.
I'll make it worth it. Outstanding. Hunt. Any beasts about? Anything catch your eye? Be strong.
It's very good for crossbow, like for any ranged based builds. They heavily profit from the moving and shooting at the same time. That's a lot of max life, but that's also a lot of damage. However, I guess we gotta take the max life once in a while. Makes me kind of sad, because who wants that? So now that we have done that, let's hop onto our flying mount. So usually, again, I do the refuge, but we'll do the bazaar first to maybe pick up the thingy. Why don't we finish Act 3 now? Because the Act 3 end boss, I want to be as strong as possible to just destroy.
Here we go again, in the arse end of nowhere.
Kari crossing. This one will also give us like the best ring, right? The interesting part about the Act 2 here is right now, my rings, that's a level 12 ring, that's a level 26 ring, right? My amulet is also like a low level ring. So I have these rings and I have these amulets and they're all suck. But this Act 2, instantly gives you like killer ring, killer amulet, killer gem 2. It's like really worth it to actually do this. after getting the spirit. I mean, optimally, you would have also gotten like a spirit gem that you can actually use, but we'll see. How can you move? These are the interlude acts. The interlude acts are optional in the order you do them in. So here you can actually choose what you want to do and how it vibes best for you. And there is definitely an optimal and unoptimal way to do things. Again, Act 1 is technically the fastest of the interlude acts because the enemies are easy there. However, the other acts just like, why would I wait until I'm done with Act 1 and 2 before getting the bonus spirit? Right? So I have like 40 spirit left over, and as soon as I get like level 52 or something, I can use that spirit as well. So that's going to be fantastic. To reach level 56, we can instantly use the Essence of Flame. That would be bonus fire damage. I mean, electricity is better usually because electricity just goes higher. Oh, wow. You just booped me with your little funky arms. If you want to roll a Minion Infernalist or a Druid Bear, well, you can always roll a Minion Infernalist, but Druid Bear's new, sir. And the question always is, what do you have to lose, right? Or so concerned about their starter, but like the main question, what do you have to lose starting something?
Serpent clan sure made a mess of this place.
Is a crossbow bleed spec doo-doo? For bleeding, you want a maximum amount of physical damage, unless you're a blood mage. Then you would have elemental damage. But there comes the problem. The grenades actually don't do a lot of elemental damage. I mean, my explosive shot, so if we're going like here quickly, the flash grenade does mostly physical. The explosive grenade does 80% physical to fire. The explosive shot only does 30 physical to fire, right? There's actually not that, like, powerful conversion. And then you, instead of like actually playing the cool gems, you would have to go for some kind of weird ass gems that just to get the bleed chance on your gear. Don't feel like that would be a thing you want to do. And you would have to also go for bleed magnitude still, and you obviously would have to be. That's Yon's Berea, thank you. Step number 1, Chad. Very good. And Ragan's Berea as well. This is why we're here early, right? Because now I can go for this, and we can put in a Ragan's pedestal. Like, I have gotten absolute crap shit here, right? But I've also gotten, like, some of the most amazing rings I've ever seen. So let's get a ring. This is max life. Rest is shit. This is actually good defense, apart from the cold damage being so low, right? This is 4 to 9 physical with good resistances. It's more than what I have on my other ring here. This is just physical. This is lightning. This is some fire, right? So it obviously eclipses what we have. Fantastic. We did detonate debt build for Witch, yes, but it got nerfed. So we did do the detonate debt on our own minions, kinda. If you remember that build, where you use detonate debt to then explode your own minions for massive damage, but they nerfed that in every way possible. Now, you can obviously still detonate dead the enemy's dead, but you need to then kill them first. And it was more fun to explode your own minions, which got nerfed. Okay, 52 finery. We've been waiting for that. So now we can go for the attribute maxing if we want to, because that doesn't hurt. We can also pop up our 13 gems finally. So explosive shot, it's 4 levels too low. That's great. Then we got our... Okay, we can do a new gem. We can wait for 58, or I could just go for Shard Scavenger. What else do we have? We could do the War Banners. The banners are not bad for what we do. I was technically thinking about just adding Wind Dancer. We have some evasion rating, but it just buffs enemies back, right? Let's actually get the banner into the frame. And we have 10 spirit left. We could go for... just prolonged duration. More banners, good.
Guess the stories had some truth in them.
Okay, let's get a banger amulet. Maybe one with projectile skills. You could technically go for a good jewel, but honestly, that jewel has never turned out good for me. That's a lot of life and crit hit chance and cast speed, useless. This is mana, useless, but elemental resistance, kind of nifty. We get energy shield, and we got... Yeah, I want to take the 13 to elementals. I mean, we get here nothing, right? Just resistance, so this is anyways better. We can upgrade our gas grenades to 13. We can upgrade our explosive grenades to 13, and we can upgrade our flash grenade to 13. Thank you. We also would have Siege Cascade if we wanted to. Nerfing criteria, is it fun? I mean, the Detonate Dead build, I think it was more like they nerfed the wholesale minion HP. So it's not like that they ruined Detonate Dead per se, right? They just nerfed like a lot of the minion HP things, and it was maybe getting out of control when it comes down to minion HP. It's obviously sad when a build just vanishes from existence. I'm just never happy about that. Like, no matter how strong a build is, having a build just completely go away is just terrible, because we like playing certain builds, right? We are happy if certain builds are there, and if they are completely go away because they were not working as intended or too powerful, well, it's just never cool. I win, you suck. The cluster grenade, the most fun one. I think cluster grenade is only fun if you actually use it in your... What is it called again? If you use it together with your shenanigan. Shamambo bambo. Boinky woinky. Come on, brain, say it. Yeah, brain is lost. Brain doesn't know what it wants to say. Literally. Complete brain fart. Totems. Yes. That's what I wanted to say. Totems. And it's fun. That's a lot of armor. That's a lot of resistances with damage, but no more life. I need to at least look for some life. This one does have the crossbows I'm looking for, but we still have to get to 54. So let's kill some nerds. We're going to make a druid build and put it on mobalytics. Yes, sir. We're going to make a druid build. We're going to put it on mobalytics. And we're already going to put it on mobalytics while we're leveling. So you're pretty much going to have, for every act we finish, we get a life update. Since I usually take around... I take like a maximum of 6 hours into the mapping stage. So... like around 6 hours, yeah, it's reasonable. Probably with the new league mechanic, we're gonna be taking a bit of our time, right, to explore the new league mechanic. So it's gonna be like 7 hours probably, and I plan to stay awake that long. So on release of the patch, like it's gonna be 8 p.m. for me. I'm probably gonna pull an all-nighter until I hit mapping. Then I'm gonna go offline and obviously drop the 1 to 65 guide right away. Would be sad to not do that, right? However, I'm not sure how much the actual league mechanic is going to slow us down, right? Because we have the league mechanic, and the league mechanic wants to be played. So I'm not sure how much that is going to play a role in getting to the end game. But I'll try to stay awake. If you loot filter public, I take my loot filter from Neversing, from Filterblade XYZ, and I do adapt them to whatever I play. Filterblade will also have a loot filter for Druid, so that's where I get it. It's super simple to set up. It's not complicated at all. Takes you like not even 5 minutes, right? It's literally click here, insert there, do this, done. And I can only recommend, like, I'm not saying you need a loot filter, but I definitely recommend it. Probably not for the, like, so this is important. So I wouldn't activate a loot filter for the Act 1. You can play Act 1 completely without a loot filter, and it's actually better because sometimes loot filter actually puts an item away that you might have wanted to have. However, after Act 1, you most likely want to put it on. First time I see you in real time. Oh, howdy, partner. I often watch the Diablo streams. I'm sorry there's going to be no Diablo streams coming soon. It's going to be more the good old POE 2 and some more Where Winds Meet. So we're actually going to have a early morning stream, guys. I'm going to wake up at 4 a.m. tomorrow and instantly turn on Where Winds Meet. Because either I would stay up all night to play Where Winds Meet, or I'm going to go sleepy, and then I'm going to put Where Winds Meet on. Oh, come on now. You were dead, and your stupid friend saved you, and I don't like it. And that's why you're going to have to die now as well. By the way, are you enjoying that we have the lady here? Because otherwise, if you don't have the lady here, you have to wait until you actually hit the Trials of Sekhmet, right? To 3 before you fight her. And that can often lead to you, like, not even knowing how to fight her. Is the explosive shot build hardcore viable? Yes, but you shouldn't follow the skill tree. So, my builds are all made in softcore, okay? Right now, I pretty much have minimal defensive nodes, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive nodes. That's it. I like, so we're level 52, and I have taken 4 defensive nodes. Reasonably, I would have taken more, right? Reasonably, I would have gone over this to get the movement speed. Reasonably, I would have probably gone, like, here to the side to get more armor and evasion rating when on low life and that kind of stuff, right? I would have taken, like, some more of that. But I don't, because I play softcore, right? So I don't give a flying fart about defense. So yes, it's hardcore viable. Grenades are definitely hardcore viable because you have the flash grenade, for example. If I move through a map, it's always by just flash grenading things, right? And then, like, whatever enemy comes in your way is just flash grenade, flash grenade, flash grenade, get fucked, flash grenade, get fucked, flash grenade. It's just too useful to not. Gas gives us fire exposure. No, we don't need that. Persistent ground is also bad. Commiserate wouldn't do anything. I mean, there, like, we get elemental armament on it. We get corrosion. We could pull multi-shot on it. What's the hold up, chat? Just put multi-shot on. So we're finally at Torbig, chat, and Torbig does sell amazing wands, and you should check here on a playthrough because you could find a wand easily here that has tons of +2 chaos damage or whatever. So you could just buy a random wand here and just put it on the market, right? I've seen up to +4 or +3 at least. And he usually sells good rings too. If you're lucky, you might find your ring of rings, right? You can also return to him after leveling, and he has different inventory. POE, fix your warrior, please. But warrior is insane, sir. I mean, obviously, warrior still is not as good as the ranged. Yes, that is true. However, I have had the most fun in a league with Fissure Warrior, for example. Now, you wouldn't obviously call that a traditional warrior because that is more like, you know, summoner whatsoever style warrior. Yeah, Warrior has some of the fastest campaign times. Exactly. But I personally do feel, too, that Warrior is missing some identity, too. I'm with you on that. Maximum life. Take that maximum life, chat. Sala. No bombardment crossbows. Pony sat. I feel Warrior is hard for the first 3 acts, then you're playing it wrong. No offense, Frostness. I mean, Act 1 is pretty much auto-attack into Bone Shatter, into auto-attack into Bone Shatter. And if you then spice it up with totems, you get even more easy Bone Shatters. Oh, that is it. That is it. We got it, chat. Tier 5. Why is that so important? Because with a Tier 5 gem, I'm finally getting Double Barrel 3. Double Barrel 3. Ha. Double Barrel 3 is kind of amazing because what does Double Barrel 3 say? Double Barrel 3 says on heavy stunning, reload the explosive shot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the stun 2 for more stun build up. Then we're going to stun all of these. So what we're going to do now, and this is where everything changes, right? So we get stun. And we're going to replace the elemental armament or the explosive shot. It doesn't actually matter. Probably the elemental armament and keep the multi-shot. So, oh, double barrel. Where's my stun 2? Did I not make a stun 2? Did I make a stun 2? I made a stun 2. Here. So that is slightly less damage, but now we can take our explosive shot, which formerly did not reload, and now we can just shoot things, right? And if we shoot it in a mass like this, it will always reload. So we pretty much can now, instead of throwing our grenades, you just run around. And that's why I like Mercenaries so much, because it's like the grenades, right? The grenades are great. But currently, just gonna be this. But if you shoot this as one minion, right? You're not going to get enough stuns to like continuously reload. If you shoot this at multiple guys, you're always guaranteed to get the reload. And we're pretty much just having the grenades now for elite boss clearing, pretty much. Just zoom. Lightning Arrow is missing single target. I don't think Lightning Arrow is going to be missing anything. Lightning Arrow is still going to be the OP shit it has been before. Explain tech again. The tech is also listed under our explosive shot Deadeye. So this is like a fixed tech that you can easily replicate. What is happening here again is, so you have explosive shot, okay? Explosive shot has double barrel 3. Supported skills reload automatically when heavy stunning. Then we get bonus stun build up. You have in here bonus stun build up. And then we have here too bonus stun build up. So we have tons of bonus stun build up on our shot that we're pretty much guaranteed when we're shooting someone to stun them. And since we have multi-shot, we're shooting more than one explosive shot, which means the first impact is most likely going to stun. If the first impact doesn't stun, then the second impact will stun. The second impact doesn't stun, the third impact will. And this is a nice staggering awesomeness that leads to me just guaranteed winning. Now, obviously, it works best against white trash mobs to clear, because they're gonna die, and then they're gonna get heavy stunned, and then with another shot, I can clear up the rabble. If I, for example, wanted to clear something like here more persistent, like these guys that are rare, then I'm gonna obviously get my grenades out and just finish it off. It's obviously, compared to the grenade playstyle, you have finally an immediate impact. And if you now use this on a Deadeye, for example, instead of the dude we're having here right now, the Witch Hunter, you get a bonus projectile on everything we're doing. So all these shots are having like a +1 projectile. But we pretty much haven't reloaded in a while, which is kind of cool, isn't it? These are magic mobs, so let's pull out my grenades. Boom. The Game Awards thingy over? No, it hasn't even started. Sir, are you good? Hasn't even started. Starts tonight. We're gonna know more about Lords of the Fallen 2. We're gonna know more about like, oh no, my glory is running out. Oh my, need more glory. By the way, this is the demon bear form, chat. In case you've never seen how the demon bear form looks like, this is how the demon bear form is gonna look like. Okay, chat, we got it. We got it out. I think he would have actually died to the grenade. Galvanic shards? Oh, galvanic shards are great. But there are no, like, what's it called again? There are no cool grenades. Come on now. Let's stun him. I already missed my... Hey, sir, I was rolling through you. Will this build be good for endgame this season? Nothing has changed about this build, Killis. So the explosive shot is the same, the grenades are the same. We're potentially getting new support gems that might even make this better. And if you're playing this with a Deadeye, it's actually stronger than ever. So I did play this build here with a Deadeye the first time around. Why did I play it with a Deadeye? Because of the bonus projectiles, right? And not only because of the bonus projectiles, Deadeye is also getting a skill called Mirage Deadeye. And they reworked Mirage Archer. So not only are we getting Mirage Deadeye, they also reworked Mirage Archer. This means that now you can get 2 Mirages for 1. And on top of all the explosive shots and grenades you're shooting, you pretty much get that too. So we're like, it's more damage than ever. I mean, it was already good at clearing maps, very easy by just one-shotting everything. It was already good killing bosses, but now on top of already being good at this kind of stuff, it's now even better at this kind of stuff. So, all in all, GG, and then GG another time.
That's your fire snuffed out.
What do you think about the Voltaic grenade? Don't personally use it. Never used it. Because you already have so many grenades you're throwing. However, this is why the Mirage Deadeye is so interesting. Because if we now had the Voltaic grenade for the electrocution build-up, you would run around with the Mirage Deadeye skill. You would shoot your skills, right? And then as you're shooting your skills, you would summon a Mirage copy. That Mirage copy, you could just give the Voltaic grenade. The Mirage copy would then shoot the Voltaic grenade. And set Voltaic grenade has a chance to obviously shock the enemies and build up electrocution, which would then seize them up and they couldn't like hit you. So you could have a bonus crowd control on top of what we're anyways doing. Just like that. And more DPS. So kind of nifty. So they're just going to announce another expansion. Yes, the Game Awards should announce the next expansion. So I'm going to be busy tomorrow if that gets announced, right? But I really can't stay up for the Game Awards. I'm going to have to wake up and be like, what did I miss? What happened? I mean, I'm hoping for some cool game announcement, though, because 2026 looks juicy so far. When we're going to start the year already with Code Vein 2, Anime Souls game. Then we're going from Code Vein 2 right away over to, there's a Resident Evil coming, there's Slay the Spire coming. So we got a bunch of juicy games around the corner. We get then, obviously, like, 4 months later, right, the next POE 2 season. So, yay. At least we know one good thing, chat. POE 2 and Diablo are not going to cross next year again. Because POE 2 is 4 months, Diablo is every 3 months. Okay? So right now, we have Diablo and POE 2 sitting on each other's nuts, right? Which is sad, obviously. But that means in 3 months, we're going to get the new Diablo season, while then another month longer is the PoE 2 season. So I think that's good, right? There shouldn't be like a clash happening anytime soon until they clash again. No GTA 6 gameplay re-riot. I'm actually not going to be doing GTA 6 on this channel at all because I have like so much interest in that game. Personally. I just hope that other games will be released around GTA 6 so I'm not stuck and have to play that. Because I really don't want to. Okay, we're finally level 54. Finery. You know what? Instead of attributes, I should have taken some more defensive thingies. Now with level 54, we can start putting on new equipment. Right, that we've been waiting for all the time to like become somewhat more defensive. Well, what are we sitting at now? 46% armor. It's not bad. They clash again in December. Yeah, but Kabunio, if they clash again in December, that's a problem for future Ponyhof. So this is, Chad, why we wanted to go here. Okay, this is why I did the Act 3 before I did Act 2, before I did Act 1 or Act 3. Because I want to take this 5% bonus experience gain. Sure, it's going to lower my defense and my movement speed and all that kind of stuff. But now I can finish Act 2, I can finish Act 3 and Act 1 while I have the bonus experience. And then for mapping, I can go back to bonus defense. So I actually don't die. What do you play Explosive Shot on Witch Hunter if Deadeye is arguably better? 2 answers. First and foremost, because this is just a showcase. Muchos. Second and most important, because I want to. Also, arguably better is a long stretch, because Witch Hunter is going to have one of the best defensive skills in the whole game with Sorcery Ward and Ceremonial Ablution. So better is relative. Also, again, because I want to, right? I mean, I do things because they're fun. And if I want to make a good Witch Hunter build, this is a good Witch Hunter build, right? Oh no, my time is frozen. So yeah, that's pretty much the long and the short of it. Wow, he really did not want to die. Terrible person. Angry. Thank you for the 27 months. Skipping D4 this season. Yes, but simply because I can't do it without dying. I mean, I could technically tomorrow morning wake up, boot up Diablo 4, play it for 6 hours, get to the max level, make a video about the leveling, and then go to bed again and play PoE in the night. But that would really make my brain go, And I kind of want to play Where Winds Meet tomorrow morning. I mean, Shocketh, guys. Imagine having like 3 different games to choose from. Luxury. Instead of having to squeeze like every single last drop of content out of one game. Shocketh. Imagine actually having 3 games. I mean, Explosive Shot Deadeye is arguably stronger, as you say, my friend. And I would recommend to play Deadeye Explosive Shot, obviously. But we're today not here for this. We are today here for going through the game, through the interlude acts and everything. And like, we went now from Act 1 to the end game. And we're going to have 2 VODs full of timestamps for every zone for the people that struggle with going through things, right? To show you kind of like the progression of how to go through things once again. Ranger Poison. The problem with poison builds is they take a while to become really good. Okay. And the real strength of a poison build comes online when you get the Plague Fingers. Because the Plague Fingers turn every damage you do into poison magnitude. And that's really very powerful. So we, for example, did a Poison Ranger Pathfinder with the Poison Grenade. Or like you could also do the Poison Burst Arrow. But we did it with Poison Grenade because I wanted to. Very powerful. But we were pretty much a grenade merc for the longest time until we could then make the poison go properly online, right? It was more or less just a normal grenade merc until we then fully focused on the poison. So, ladies and gentlemen, the final boss of this act, which can be sometimes a bummer if you don't have any defense, me. Because he's quite annoying. But I love him from a design standpoint. He's cool. I play Warframe, POE, and Genshin. I just picked up Arc Raiders as my 4th main game. Oh, there's some good collection of games, sir. Did you try out Where Winds Meet yet? I'm gonna have to ask. This is like my standard question now. Like, did you play Where Winds Meet yet? No, you haven't. Oh man, you have been missing out. Because seriously, you have been missing out, chat. Traverse the flow of time. Interesting part is, he just called him out of it, and he was like almost ready to get stunned, right? Oh shit, shit, shit. Okay, the explosive. Kill him. No, kill him. Yes. I am the chosen one. I came here to knock and I knocked him. Beautiful. Good, that is done. Now I need to teleport to Act 4 before I go to Act 1. Act 3 again, before I go to Interlude Act 1. Because this one has like the normal crossbow, right? We can actually sell you the... Here, take this. Show me if you have anything useful. No, 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 no. Actually, 8 to 13 fire damage is quite nifty. Now we're going to obviously go on the waypoint, jump over to 3 to check the vendor there. Because the vendor here might or might not have explosive crossbows. Occasionally. Sadly, he doesn't. What a robbery. And then we can finally finish the first act. Now, refuge, get me to Ogham. What is the best non-druid place I can level with from the druid starting skill tree? If you go from the druid starting skill tree, you technically have here melee damage. Obviously, the skill tree is going to change, right? But you're going to have these nodes here. These are going to be melee damage, and then spell damage. You do have attack damage nodes, and you do also have attack and physical damage nodes here. Probably Warrior Bone Shatter. Like, if I would have to guess, you're a druid, you're going to be a strength intelligence main. So Warrior Bone Shatter would probably be the easiest to play, and then go like for fissure, totems, that kind of stuff. That would be a very simple playstyle to actually like go through the campaign. Could obviously also do grenades, but you don't really have any projectile stuff, and you rely on all the attack damage stuff then, and pray that it works. Right? One thing I forgot. Chat, look at me. What a doofus copter. Because if you actually finish the Karui Bazaar, this is something I keep forgetting. You have to talk to Rizu. Because she gives you a skill book. Yeah. What the cluck? I know. How did you not know that, Chan? How did you not know of that? So finally, I'm a tank. Or tankish. So what do we do now? We started, again, for the people that just joined, we started here. Finished the boss for the Spirit to then go for the Glacial Tarn. Teleported back. Finished Act 2 for Qimah for the 5% bonus XP. And now we're going to finish Act 1. And then we're going to go over to Act 3. Because the Act 3 end boss is the hardest. The Well of Souls disappeared on the map. Well, because it's over. The Abyssal League does not exist anymore, so the Well of Souls is gone until the update drops, and as the update then drops, the Well of Souls is back, right? But since Abyssal League isn't a thing anymore, you can't do the Abyssal League stuff until the update hits, right? Because then the Abyssal League will be part of the Standard League and part of everything, and you can once again use your Abyssal stuff. This is probably very confusing for new players that haven't like ever been there for league change, right? So you're like, what? Why is my league stuff gone? Well, because the league is gone, right? No league stuff. It is a level 59 area. I'm level 54, 5 levels different. I could do 6 levels different, almost 7 actually. That's good. You just desecrated your crossbow. Well, I would tell you, that's very unlucky. My condolences, sir. Oh, I am standing here in burning ground. Just getting absolutely... Wow, she just gets so much damage from that one explosion there. Okay, lady, listen. Yeah, thank you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
You fought together, you died together.
Oh, that's a good one. That's better than what we have, especially because it boosts both, right? So finally, we're sitting at somewhat kind of defense. You only have to wait until tomorrow, then you can desecrate your bow again. But also, like, I mean, your standard character like doesn't do anything for the new league, just FY. So you might want to, you know, you're gonna start from level 1 anyways. Don't fret, don't sad. You're getting the last level so quick, it's crazy. I wonder how much the chaos damage lady is going to tear us into pieces now. Because wait, we get like the lady here, right? And she's a menace. Actual menace. On this map, always outside rotation, right? What else are you gonna do? Do you actually ever run through the middle of a map, Chad? when you're scanning a zone, okay? When you're looking for the objectives, do you ever run through the middle of a map? Okay, I'll need here my stun grenade for a second. Too many annoying dudes. Explosive shot is certainly not my highest damaging tool, right? It's just a tool. My grenades are the real damage. I mainly use the explosive shot just to clear rebel. That's enough for mapping, right? Mapping is 90% rebel with then the few exceptions. This changes obviously when we now get a new... We get a new... Jeweler's Orb to put like a force gem on the explosive shot, because that does the explosive shot so much good. So nice playing the game without Abyss, but why, sir? The Abyss is so good. I am so mad that we don't have Abyss right now. But you're actually replacing the Abyss for Temple, so... technically, the Abyss was at least on the map, so you had something to do on the map, right? Without having to leave the map. Now, if you're looking at the Temple, for the Temple, you actually have to leave the map to then go into the Temple, to then finish the Temple, to then return to the actual content you've been doing. to then go back to the temple, to then do the temple, to then return back to the Ashikana, and rinse and repeat, right? That's something you have to keep in mind. I mean, obviously, you could ignore the temple until you're max level, but I kind of feel like that's like... Why even play the new league when you're then going to ignore the new league mechanic, right? Wholesale. At least with my humble mind things. You're gonna get the 5th slot on your gems. Well, you gonna get the perfect. What's the perfect Jeweler's Orb? Perfect, yeah. Okay, lady, listen. No, like jumping out of my explosive shots because I need you to just suffer them. Okay. I wonder how good the quality improvement's really going to be, chat. By the way, because they promised us better performance, but I'll believe it when I see it. Right? Generally, the promise of better performance is always taken with a grain of salt. Especially the actual performance increase they've also shown on their stream was like a performance increase of 20 frames. So if my frames drop like from 200 down to 40 because of explosions, right? What is 20 frames going to use me? I mean, still better than nothing, but you get my drift.
It worked. They will guide you.
The only thing I'll do is ignore ascendancies. I'll do the 1st, then buy the 4th on TFT like every other league. I don't even know what TFT is, but that seems kind of sad, sir. I mean, ascendancies are part of the progression. They're part of the fun. You don't ascend yourself.
Something about this grove gives me the creeps. Bye-bye!
And I can understand the 4th ascension, right? If you don't do that one, because that one is actually hard. Ascendancy stuff in PO2 sucks. I disagree. But that's just me personally. I actually like the Trouts of Sekimus. I hate the Trouts of Chaos though. You can hunt me with the Trouts of Chaos. I mean, I do them, yeah, but I cringe every time when I have to do this stupid pillar and have to wait for the time to count down. And I can't do nothing to improve the time countdown. I just can just stare at it and be like, please move faster. Oh my god, you're so annoying. I hope you die. So yeah, I'm you know, that's that. Most characters like the strengths to level 59 at 95. That's objectively wrong. I mean, if your build sucks, yeah. But 4th Ascension I do with 85 on every build. If my builds can't do 4th Ascension on 85, then I failed. But I failed. I'm sad. Okay, we have the defense. What do I want to juice into a little bit more? Ah, my attack speed on the left side. Thank you very much for reminding me, chat. Some good area attack speed notes that you can take for... crossbow stuff. I mean, I've yet ascended almost 4th with every single build, but I've actually never reached level 95. Because I don't play until that level. Seriously. I'm thinking the Druid tree is going to make the Titan Ascendancy way stronger by having ES nodes on the tree near Invincible Last League. I mean, you don't even need the energy shield or anything, right, Jared? Your, like, Titan is in a very good spot defensive-wise. You get the armor, you get the elemental damage, takes care of the whatever shaboinky boinky. So Druid is in an absolute healthy spot and has been now for quite a while, and I like it that way. Okay. Here, lightning damage. Fire damage. Even more. Yeah, Druid has been a very Warrior has been a very healthy spot. I mean, anyone that really struggles with the Warrior defense right now just simply doesn't know what they're doing, I guess. Which is okay. Happens. Sometimes you just don't know what you're doing. What do you think about Poison Bleed, Werewolf, Blood Mage? Blood Mage should be easily able to do a Poison Bleed Werewolf. So yes, possible. Certainly. So, let's destroy Jeffrey and Jebediah. Usually we focus on Jeffrey first because Jeffrey has fire resistance, while Jebediah can be had by other stuff. Okay, we got him together, chat. Yeah. Little shits. God, do I love grenades. It's just so useful, isn't it? So we got a 490 plate armor. We get gloves that have cool damage, but 129 life. Jeez.
What have we got?
Give me that 129 life, sir. Still no good crossbow, right? It's crossbow sadness into crossbow sadness. I'm actually happy we built this crossbow. I mean, it's almost a 300 damage one, which is kind of powerful. Not gonna lie. Can a monk play a warrior build and use Herald of Ice? Just a thought. Yes, a monk can play a warrior build and use Herald of Ice. I mean, this is Path of Exile, in case you're new to this. Every class can use every skill. The only thing that you have to do is you have to meet the stat requirements, right? So if you want to use Herald of Ice, you obviously need to have the intelligence for Heralds of Ice. If you want to use Wind Dance, you need to have the dexterity. If you want to use Herald of Thunder, you need to have the intelligence and the dexterity. And so on, right? So, like, as long as you meet the stat requirements, you can just play whatever you want. Now, if that makes sense. Oh boy, please don't fix this, chat. So listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. What you can currently do in the Holton Estate is, right? You get the first checkpoint, then you actually walk past everything that's here, or you kill everything that comes out of the rooms, right? With the explicit goal to actually cheese the Holton Estate and don't run through the whole estate, because usually you would have to like traverse the whole building, unless you just walk inside and you open the door that is right here, and then just walk to the boss. I wonder if that is like still going to be possible to do in the new patch, because this has been like my main favorite thing right about this area. Like the very first time I went through this, I actually went through the area, but like since the first time I've never gone again. I never thought of that as a bug. Well, but why does the whole upper portion then exist, Zoopy? I think it's a bug because you usually have to go the whole rotation to then end up here in the back and go fight them. Because, like, otherwise the design of the area doesn't make a single sense. Right? I mean, now, however, maybe this is intended, so let's not tell them about it. Right? This is one of these things like GGG does not have to know that this works, right? Like no, like they don't no. But I just simply wonder, like, if this is intended or not. But at this point, I'm too scared to ask, right? This is the moment where you're asking, where it's like, oh no, this wasn't intended, we're gonna nerf it. And you're like, no, but why? I thought we're friends, Jonathan, no! Right? What about the tier thingy? I don't understand. What about the what tier thingy that you don't what understand, Slick Man? More information. Also, Sybil, welcome back, brother. Kogolo, are you using your build of mobilytics for the explosive shot spam Deadeye? More or less. However, this is obviously a mercenary now, so I have different passive points. But yes, we are using the same skill gems, tags, whatsoever, all of it stacked on top of each other, right? We're level 61, we're level 56, 5 level difference, that is fine. We can have 6 level different. Sometimes tier 1 is better than tier 4. It's always. So affixes have tiers, and the lower the tier, the better. Was it lower? Was it higher? Oh god, Jesus! Now I don't even remember myself. Now I don't even remember myself. Yeah, lower tier was better. I mean, like, see, brain. It used to be higher, exactly. But they made it like so it is as in POE 1. It used to be higher, and then there was this patch where they said, hey, the tiers are now like in POE 1, which is obviously useless for POE 2 players because you're a POE 2 player. You don't understand what it means like in POE 1, right? This is kind of like the thing where they just assume that you played POE 1, right? This is like a little weakness that the developers have at times. Because they just assume all of us played POE 1. Everyone. And often when they do an explanation for something, they're like, yeah, you played POE 1. You understand this, right? I mean, they're slowly getting there, understanding that there's a whole slew of players, right, that don't touch POE 1. So you gotta explain things different. Oh, I was too close. Too close to the sun, chat. Haha, you get stunned. Imagine that, you little shit. And now that we have Act 3 done, Act 2 done, we can finally go to Act 3. So, dexterity and strength. This one is going to go for my grenades. This one is going to go for my explosive shot. I haven't played PoE, but already started playing PoE too. Exactly. I mean, I played some PoE, but I never was interested in the game. I know blasphemy. How could I? I'm sorry, chat. Don't hunt me down. We must leave this place. Still no crossbows. No crossbow, no crime. Now we can teleport back. See, done. Done. We're still working on the 5% bonus XP, right? What are we doing? Oh, this is just explosive shot grenadier. So infinite explosive shot grenadier, pretty much. What we can slowly do, so this is the interesting part, guys. This crossbow, for example, can stay my explosive shot crossbow. Because we're getting to the point where you can take a different crossbow for explosive shot and for the grenades. Because the grenades obviously want to have a grenade crossbow. However, your explosive shot does not need that. Your explosive shot would rather have a crossbow that crits better, that has like bonus 1 bolt loaded. Because with bonus 1 bolt loaded, I have automatically 3 bolts, and then I have one more bolt chance to heavy stun someone, so I have infinite shots, right? Because otherwise, if I only have 2 bolts, right, if I don't heavy stun someone with the first and or second bolt, then I'm out of bolts and I need to reload. Doesn't happen often. God, I love explosive shots. Probably one of my favorite skills in the whole game. Because it's literally a crossbow shot that just explodes. I don't know how to say why I find this particularly cool, but it is just particularly cool, right? It's just very fun to use. A monk can't play a warrior build because there are not enough physical damage passes in the tree. I beg to disagree, sir. The monk side of the tree has so many attack damage skills and pass a physical as well. It certainly can. However, which monk ascendancy would you want to play that synergizes with a warrior build? That's rather the question. The question is not, can monk play warrior? The question is, what ascendancy do you want then to use to boost your warrior build, right? You want to be an invoker warrior. Does that make sense? Do you then want to be a Acolyte of Shayula warrior? Does that make sense? Okay, lady. That breath was absolutely uncalled for. Yeah, that's always the question you could ask yourself then in that regard, right? Not actually... If you can pull it off. I mean, we did a Blood Mage with spears, right? We did a Lightning Spear Blood Mage for bleed. Now, is that possible? Yes, it is actually possible. However, in the beginning, you are going to suffer because you're very far away from any kind of damage nodes, so it's going to take a while. What ascendancy are we trying out now? Oh, we're currently a Witch Hunter, mainly because the Tactician doesn't really do that much for you while you're leveling, right? So if you choose to go for Tactician, you get more Spirit skills, but that is somewhat useless because what are you going to do with more Spirit skills? However, I say useless, but that's actually not true, because what you could do is you could get yourself a companion. This is something I haven't done right now, but if I was, for example, a Tactician, I could easily get a companion and obviously make all my damage pinning or more immobilization build up if I then so wish to. Sorry, lad. That would also work plenty fine. But yeah, we choose the Witch Hunter because Witch Hunter is technically getting one of the best defenses in the game with Sorcery Ward updated. And I just wanted to see how it feels like when you actually start with the Witch Hunter. Because technically we have so much area damage that the Witch Hunter in itself is useless, right? What do I need the bonus explosions from the Witch Hunter for? But it is working quite fine, especially with a Culling Strike too, right? If your explosive shot, for example, is bringing someone low, and then the second bolt of the, like, this is 3 bolts, right? So if you shoot this, and then, like, your shot brings them low, but then the second shot connects, and then the second shot actually executes them with a Culling Strike. That works pretty nifty. Oh, that would have, like, probably hit me and killed me, if I'm honest. Right? I like Nova Projectile and Flash Grenade to help with some closer encounters with Merc. I never liked Nova Projectiles because you usually throw your grenades exactly where you want them to be. And with Nova Projectiles, you're pretty much running around and your grenades are going all the way around you, which is not necessarily terrible, but it's also not as useful as just simply shooting your grenades where you want them to be. Right? That's usually, like, I shoot them forward, right? I want them to be there. Okay, now we got weapon set point 2 for this. Weapon set point 1 for that. The other way around, actually. Still can't use them? No, I need one more level up, then we can use them. Nova projectile with gas grenades is with corrosion is great. Yeah, but same here. Most of your enemies are in front of you, right? I genuinely never understood the obsession with Nova projectile. That's my problem. Like I've seen people go for a Nova projectile explosive shot build. However, like if you're running through a map, like you're pretty much shooting your explosive shot always ahead of you, so always everything dies ahead of you. Which means if you use Nova projectiles, you're gonna shoot in another X directions where you don't do any damage and where no one is. I mean, unless you just dive bomb into your opponents, which makes no sense because I can shoot on this distance to kill people. So why would I have to dive bomb into my opponents? Adhesive nades is not bad, Dimitri, especially if you play cluster. Cluster with adhesive grenades allows you to have them pretty much explode where you want them to explode. Ow, I got frozen. And not explode them where they might bounce to. Right? Krukovic, thank you for the 38 months of support. Krukovic, welcome back. 79 in total. Jeez. Yeah, so with adhesive grenades, you can have your cluster grenades finally land where you want them to land. And that's what they usually don't do. We win. This is always like my favorite thing. You need to kill him before he leaves the whole shell, right? Where you failed.
I'm freezing my ass off up here.
People are running faster than they should. I mean, if you have maximum movement speed and if you actually manage to max out movement speed and then you're using Nova projectiles because you're actually zooming inside the opponents, then yes, Nova projectiles would actually make sense. However, most people that saw the Nova projectile build, I can heavily assure you, never actually maxed out movement speed and still played Nova projectiles and might have wondered why their damage is actually worse. Which is like, understand what you're able to do yourself before you just blindly copy a build, right? Let's see what the Elder has for us, chat. There's probably also something you could technically do before the other acts, right? You could check out, like, the Elder. But I feel like with a higher level, it might be better. Okay, Elder Maddox, surprise me. So far, I have not gotten a single time anything good from him. Flammability magnitude is doubled. Can you use this? I know that's flammability, not ignite magnitude. Sorry. That wasn't what I wanted to ask. Nothing I kind of want. Everything kind of sad. Only sad now. You get Viper Cap from last league or Robbery. I've been with 10 builds there, and I think I have not gotten a single good unique from 10 builds. And again, I've been particularly lucky on my weapon drops last season, so I can't complain. And legitimately, no, I can complain always. What the fuck? Oh shit, I want that too. Hacker man. Streamer luck. Obviously. Prepare for Headhunter in 04 now. Honestly, like you don't even need those items to max out, like to have a good build. Right? I know items like Headhunter exist and the Viper Command and all that kind of stuff, but it's not like you actually need them for your build. Right? It's more like if you have them, you're stronger, but you could already kill everything without. 58 finally after all this time. It's actually a good leveling spree. I mean, we're 58 in a 64 region. That's a 6 level difference. Yes, chat, 6 level difference. 6 level difference is fine. I'm allowed to be 6 level different. Wait, no. Am I allowed? No, I'm allowed to be 5 levels difference. We actually have been working on a 44% XP penalty. There you go, chat. Now 6 levels difference is minus 10% XP. Here. Seven levels difference before with minus 44%. There you go. We didn't actually pay attention. Should have farmed a level somewhere. Because now we're here. This is 64 region again. So 6 level difference is fine. With minus 10%. I've been liking the ring that allows to shatter chilled enemies. Porcelain, or however you pronounce it. Porcelain. Don't ask me how to pronounce that. I don't know. Dennis, thank you for the Prime subscription. Dennis, very kind of you. Welcome to the team. The update is out already? No, we started a playthrough. This is day 2 of the playthrough. The explicit idea behind the playthrough is I'm going to timestamp mark every single zone in this playthrough, and I've been trying to go as efficient through every single zone. I think day 1 matters more than day 2, personally, because honestly, Act 4 is pretty straightforward. The Interlude Acts are also pretty straightforward. However, there is still some optimization you can do there to just get it done better, quicker, right? Just from an order standpoint. And once you get that nailed down, you're going to have a smooth campaign playthrough. Oh god, I made a mistake. Come on, I don't want to slow down. Heal, pony, heal. Just give me enough for one potion. Okay, maybe we should. Maybe we should slow down a bit. No, we did it. Look at me, chat. I made it. Everything is perfect. No one was hurt during the recording of this game. Perfection. Boop. How much time do you need for the tutorial? 6 hours. Runabout. You could probably do it somewhat faster if I leave out content and really like don't talk to you, right? I've actually never done a playthrough where I don't look at the chat, where we're not like taking our time to explain things and whatsoever. Usually around 6 hours. In a new league, it's a bit longer because I'm taking my time to play with a league mechanic, right? Because I just simply don't see a reason to play a new league, to play a new league and then rush to the end game. Right? If we have a league mechanic that interacts with the actual gameplay during the level process, then for the love of God, play that league mechanic. I mean, we're very important. We're not some kind of racers, right? We're not some kind of, we need to be the world first for everything. I just like to do things efficient. That's it. That's just my personal want. So for example, this one here, if this gets like massive damage boost, this would be a good crossbow just for the explosive shot, right? This is like still for my grenades, and then that would just be used for my explosive shot. Sub 10 hour run, sub 10 hours is possible. Sub 10 hours is mostly down to always upgrading your weapons so you don't hit like a slowdown. Okay, let's teleport to get some cool upgrades or not. Back again. I haven't haven't gotten like a new crossbow, chat.
Nicely.
That is so sad. Okay, Orb of Alchemy. Oh. It's so sad. It's so sad. Okay, do we want to have actually any skill? The big question. Not really. I mean, the only thing you can work with is getting yourself Mirage Archer, and then you socket something in that as you just roll and jump around, right? But also not really like. So yeah, I'm gonna like on release tomorrow, I'm gonna be trying to move through the campaign still fast, but I'm not gonna do it for the sake of just ignoring everything on the Druid, right? We still want to read the Druid skills. We still want to understand what the Druid does, right? It's not all about speed. There's nothing gained by me being in mapping already, and then we haven't even understood how the Druid works, right? So obviously I could choose the Druid, then I could just choose to play, like, let's say, for example, a ED Contagion build. And then when we're level 60, I start actually looking at what the Druid does. Yay. Who wants to see that? Another ED Contagion leveling, right? Sorry. Oh my goodness. Stop me. I'm trying to. Stop freezing me. You know, the problem is when you're like running into me and I throw my grenades past you and then you're pushing me backwards with your stun attacks, then I can't shoot you. What spirit skill do you have on Merc? So I'm currently playing the Herald of Ash together with the Overwhelming Presence, and then lastly we're having the War Banner going on. However, I would recommend putting on Wind Dancer over Overwhelming Presence. And the main reason for that is that Wind Dancer just simply gives you this knockback effect, right? And a little bit, like a whittle little bit more evasion rating. The evasion rating is not needed, but this like bonus knockback effect is quite healthy. As you're then like zooming through areas and then enemies are trying to hit you, right? And then they get knocked back. So you can actually survive situations that you wouldn't survive usually because of the knockback, right? And that's, I think that does personally make a big difference. And Wind Dancer is generally like not a bad thing to almost play on any build, no matter what you're actually doing with the build. It's just simply good to use that. I want to try Banner, but it seems complicated. No. Banners are super simple. They need glory, and glory is gained by whatever condition the banner has. For example, my banner currently has the condition generates 100% of monster power as glory for this skill on hitting with an attack. So I simply have to hit enemies with attacks, and then I generate glory. So I throw my grenades are hitting, I put the banner down right here, boom. Now I get bonus attack speed, bonus attack damage, bonus attack everything, and I can just spam them away. Congratulations, we were winning, right? That was it. That was the whole fight against the priests. Ta-da, GG. And I could put the banner down again because I hit them so many times, right? Now the advantage with the Tactician is, the Tactician says you can have as many banners as you want, which is obviously pretty fucking fire if you think about it, right? Let's assume like you have the War Banner, but then you also play the Dread Banner. So the War Banner, for example, gives you obviously the bonus attack damage, bonus attack speed. The Defiance Banner would give you more defense and movement speed. So you could put on duration on these, and then you just put two of them out, get some glory generation, and just have your enemies just drowning in banners. It's not bad. Surprisingly efficient. Okay, that was it, chat. We did it. Whee! Very nifty little playthrough. I think we're sitting here in total now at 6 hours and 50. Realistically. There's a good way how we did the Interlude Act. So again, kill her, activate the waypoint, go to Act 2, get the ring and the amulet, get the 5% bonus XP, finish it, go to Act 1, wrap up Act 1, then wrap up Act 3. Pretty decent. Happy. How to get through Atlas efficiently. We have a video uploaded. The video is literally called How to Have the Perfect Start, where I talk about the early Atlas. Because what I do in my Atlas is, let's talk to here. Let's go on the other character. So, for me, so on every single playthrough I've done so far, especially because of how the crafting works. Okay, what I like to do in the Atlas is, I like to spend my first points on the Jinn Berea. Because these Bereas you can sell on trade, right? But they also are needed for the third Ascension. Okay, so I like to go for this. Then I definitely go here on the right side for the bonus essence stuff. Because that is more essence, more essence, more essence, more essence, right? This is actually amazing. And you have like the chance that monsters are partially having like only like perfect essences. Like the essence stuff is just mental, honestly. I love that. Because with the essence stuff, you're more or less guaranteed to, down the line, have like a lot, like you want to obviously have Essence of Abrasion, right? Because Essence of Abrasion allows you to make killer weapons. Therefore, go for all the essence stuff. And you want the perfect Essence of Battle, because it gives you the +2 melee skills. And then you can craft yourself like absolutely killer weapons that are just, like they're so easy to make, right? This is one of these crossbows. The crossbow had 145 to physical damage. I just crafted on it the physical damage. Then I get a bunch of lightning damage on the tippity top with a desecration and the 6 levels to melee skills. Boom. And it's not even like the craziest crossbow out there, but it's a pretty nifty crossbow for what we're doing. Obviously, you can't desecrate right now, but it's like for the future, right? So the crafting itself is so simple and good with essences. You want them. And the same actually goes for defense, right? So if you're in the end game and you get an essence, and there's, for example, the essence of armor. It's called the essence of enhancement here. Yeah, you have the essence of enhancement and the greater essence of enhancement. And this says armor gets increased armor, evasion rating, or energy shield. So if you already find from the vendor a blue base armor, so something that just says I have +40 armor, right? I have +86 energy shield, right? Then with that essence, you can turn it into a rare item that has guaranteed +80% energy shield. This is actually how I made the armor. So the armor had maximum energy shield. Then I put the essence on for the increased energy shield. It did have the maximum life on it. And I crafted, again, increased spirit reservation efficiency of skills, which I didn't want to have, but I got it. Congratulations. But it was just a guaranteed 700 energy shield armor, which is, again, not the best, but it's still plenty good and does exactly what I needed to do. So a lot of deterministic crafting going in. See, this one has armor and evasion rating. So if you now take this chest piece with armor and evasion rating, and then we would be taking here, where my essence is. Pony's blind. So then we take a essence of defense. No, energy shield. There we go. Right? Yay! So see, like, just like that from the vendor. That's why you want essences. So you would have just started the end game, right? You would have pulled out that armor, you had the essence, boom, you're good. That's how simple crafting is, end of the day, right? The essences allow you to go like more safe. Now you could obviously try to get for more deterministic outcomes, but ultimately what you would do now is you would just take your currencies, right? And you would be like, oh yeah, exalted orbs, boop boop. And then we have a good armor that sits here at 600 armor with max life and yeah. For level 65, this is a good piece. Pretty nifty, to be honest. And you would quality it up, obviously, right? And you would give it 2 sockets and put like 2 iron runes in, and boom, you're standing there. Super defense. And that's why I always push for essence, okay? Good, chat. That being said, we're done for today. I will put all the timestamps in this video too, and we had day 1, so don't forget about day 1 yesterday. That live stream is already out. It has all the timestamps in there for Act 1, 2, and Act 3 completed, with tips on how to complete every single zone, okay? I will be back tomorrow with first Where Winds Meet. We're going to finish Where Winds Meet, Roaring Sands, every secret revealed, drop a video on it, and then boom, later in the day, we'll play POE 2. That's the plan forward. I'm done for tonight. Thank you very much for coming and watching. Don't miss the Game Awards, because the Game Awards has for you a bear skin and a druid portal if you watch and or gift away a sub. So generally saying, there's cool stuff you can grab yourself. Here, this is actually the announcement. This is the portal and the bear skin, Battle Hardened Bear. You want that. Take care. Good night. See you soon.